Baptizing the chemicals, crawling through the catacombs of every sermon that you weaponize. Now every halo that you hold above my head is just a noose made of the words that you memorize. You say I'm broken.
What's up, guys?
But you can't prove a God with a state of mind. You are my worship, want me on my knees, but you can't sell faith with a casualty. If you God exists, then show me all your proof. Burn his name into the sky and show me it's the truth. I'm tired of second-hand miracles with zero evidence. If your God is really there, then make him manifest. I've been screaming at the ceiling till my lungs both cave. If he's really in the room, then he can say it to my face. No more
How's everyone doing? OBS. OBS on desktop.
decorate your trauma with God and call it meant to be, but trauma isn't holy just because you survive the scene. You tell me every tragedy is part of some celestial plan, so every suffering child that dies is a message from God's hand. You say I'm lost because I'm asking where the compass is. You call it mystery whenever you can't answer it.
Maybe Kent, but not off the rip. It is the new cat.
Dissecting all this doctrine like it's therapy. You built a universe but couldn't build a little clarity. You want communion while I'm choking on disparity. They said God is love, but then they weaponized the sentiment, painted over genocide and labeled it benevolent. You're omnipotent, omniscient, but you couldn't intervene. So every tragedy is just a plot twist in your perfect scheme. I'm not your villain just because I see the plot.
TikTok doesn't have a stream, so I stream TikTok on the studio and I use OBS as a virtual camera, and then I stream it straight to YouTube. Yeah, in studio, stream on studio separate using OBS as the camera. Yeah, virtual camera from OBS. And the stream key on YouTube is easy to get. Yeah, flamed in Justin's chat for something. I just got someone who's guys isn't for real and just not feel dumb. Aww. Hey, I mean, it's good to be wrong. I'm wrong on a daily basis. Do you know the shroud of Turin? Yeah, it has no evidence. That's literally been proven to be a medieval forgery. The person that made it has openly stated that it's art. Song is over and we are now taking some guests. If you guys are theistic of some degree, I don't care which religion it is, go on ahead and request up and we can chat about that and why I should be or shouldn't be. The dual comments has been nice. I know that TikTok has been asking to see YouTube comments as well, and YouTube has always seen TikTok comments, so I think it's nice for both of y'all. I have proof against God. My cats want to eat paper and plastic. Right now, I wonder if I can tilt the camera down to, I'll get a, I have my second camera. I just don't have it angled on Freya yet. Freya, by the way, is the name of the kitty cat. Oh, she's all balled up. She's absolutely a lap cat. It's awesome. I love having her. She's exactly what I was looking for in a cat. She doesn't give a fuck if you're off doing your own thing, and when you're sitting down, it'll come up and sit in your lap and just wants to be pet. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Kind doesn't always mean nice. Nice doesn't always mean kind. That's fair. Everyone's wanted to see Kitty again. Let's see if little Freya. Yeah, I was either gonna get gray, Maine Coon, or black. Jules, let's get you in here. Hello, how's it going?
Doing good, bro.
Awesome. You over the age of 18?
Yeah,
All right, which God do you believe in?
Christian.
Okay,
Jesus.
cool. What you got for us today, man?
So I got a question for you.
Sure.
If someone came up on here with really good evidence on Jesus being, an actual person, would you ever be like, could you ever, not want to say convinced, but would you ever turn back to Christianity if someone proved you right or wrong?
Brother, yes. The reason I'm an atheist is because evidence justified me having no reason to believe in it. I am open minded, which is why I'm an atheist. If someone proved to me that Jesus existed and then proved his divinity, I would 100% believe in God. That doesn't mean I would follow him, but facts don't care about my feelings.
Okay, that's all I have for you, brother.
Okie dokie. Have a good one.
You too, bro.
Why not agnostic? So Gnosticism has to do with knowledge. If you're agnostic, so when you add a in front of words, it means lacking that or without that. Amoral, lacking morals, etc. So if you're agnostic, you do not know. If you are Gnostic, you do. Oh shit! If you are Gnostic, you do know. If you're theist, you believe in God. If you're atheist, you lack the belief in God. So theism is about belief. Gnosticism is about knowledge. So you can be a agnostic theist, agnostic theist, agnostic atheist, agnostic theist, etc. Off D, let's get you in here. How's
Are
it
you
going,
like
Off D?
the anti Charlie Kirk?
That has nothing to do with the prompt. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man.
You over the age of
But
18?
I like the Negaverse Charlie Kirk thing. I think it will do better for you.
Couldn't give a shit less. Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
34.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
MILF from Oregon.
Cool. You have yourself a shit day. I don't got patience for the stupidity. I'd love to have an actual conversation. That's not nice. I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here for feelings. I'm here to debate whether a God does or does not exist. And if you're here for feelings, swipe to the next person that gives a fuck. Because it ain't me. You know Dr. Blitz? Everyone knows Dr. Blitz. I'm obsessed with God. No, I've actually been reading Norse mythology the last 2 weeks. I'd say I'm pretty obsessed with that right now. Just because it says God doesn't mean it's Christian God. Oh, yeah, we can get you up here, Jaden. Yeah, Dr. Plitz is absolutely genius. Absolutely. I love
What's
him.
up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I love the cat.
Dude, she's adorable.
Mm-hmm. Now is she mean?
No, not even a little bit.
All right. A little bit.
Not even a little bit. Like, she hasn't even swatted at me yet. I mean, she hissed at me the first day that we brought her here. I was pushing a little bit too quickly, but now she's perfectly fine. That vocal fry? What's a vocal fry? Host, what is it about God you need to find evidence for? What? God is what I'm looking for evidence for if it did exist. Michael, if you're bored, swipe on. Have fun. Adios. No one wants you here. Especially if you're too chicken shit to request up and have a conversation. All right, cool beans. Let's get you in here.
What's up? How
How
you
you
doing?
doing? Cool.
Chilling.
Awesome. You over the age of 18?
You said what? BT?
Are you over the age of 18?
Oh yeah. Right now, I
Awesome.
just sound kind of muffled. I'm kind of sick.
You're good. Which God do you believe in?
All right. So the evidence for God is Spurs winning against the OKC. That's my evidence right there. The fact that they are not holding like Alex Caruso, number 6, and the fact that this motherfucker
Hey.
30 is just shooting and he ain't even doing shit for the team. Like, come on, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Anyone could basically play right now for the Spurs and get as much. Bro, I'm fucking done. Y'all have a good one, all right? Y'all matter not purpose. All right. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, y'all gotta go. All right, y'all matter. All right, guys, y'all go on.
Have a beer
You
for
too.
me.
I fucking love that.
That was pretty funny.
What one you got there, Cody?
Yo, what's up, Satan? This is gonna be
Oh.
banana taffy.
Ugh.
I love banana. It's my
Oh,
favorite
you're
flavor.
one nasty motherfucker. Satan. I feel like Satan could probably convince me. I
Host,
feel like
do you not
he's
like
one
being
of.
questioned? What are you asking? Cody, by the way, did you know that the law of conservation isn't true in the universe? It's
Yeah, it is.
true locally. It's not true globally. It's not proven true globally.
I took the time. Let's see if I still have the study on my Chromebook. But I was also curious about that because somebody had brought that up to me, and I thought about it, and I decided to research it a little bit.
So the big
I
thing
need to
about
do
it is we can't actually measure global energy, which is why we can't state first law for global. But there's still no evidence of energy being created globally.
When you say globally, are you just referring to
Sober, that's
Earth, or are you
incorrect.
referring to?
Request up though. We can talk about that. I have not seen any study proving that energy is created globally. What I have seen is that through the redshift, basically there's redshift with energy through the expansion, but it's not creating energy. Let's get Texas in here. Oh, he left. Well, request up and teach me, Andrea. No, fading out. Redshift. Hello, Andrea. You over the age of 18?
Yes, sir. I'm on 36.
All right. A, which God do you believe in? And then we'll get into energy.
God isn't superhuman. God isn't some special entity.
I mean, I
God
grant
is
Spinoza's God, but if you're going to call energy
yeah.
God, that's
God
just
isn't
fallacious.
superhuman. I don't. You can't. If you believe in a God, you just believe in the right way that things are. God isn't some superhuman entity. Some people who believe that, you're crazy out your head. You're crazy out your mind.
So, like, again,
I know.
I grant Spinoza's God, like the universe and nature is the closest thing to God that we'll ever have because nothingness can't exist and all that exists is
There's no such
attributes of the
thing as a
universe.
superhuman, super fast, Superman, Superwoman God. If you believe that, you're crazy out your head. But
Agreed.
there is a right way to life. There is a line
That I
of
don't
goodness
grant.
of life.
Well, like morals, for instance, are totally subjective. So like one person's good is not mine. For instance, veganism.
Oh no,
I agree with being a vegan.
That's an opinion, and truth is completely different.
Right, there is
I
no
can't.
moral truth.
It's my opinion that the sun is not hot. The truth is the sun is hot. So
Right, there is no
therefore,
moral truth.
I can't base my
And
morals
there's
off
also,
something that's not true.
dude,
Go ahead. I'm
slow
sorry, I
down.
didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. There's no true way to live. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, that is a true way to live. That's God.
That
But
was not an
see,
explanation
everybody,
at all.
if you
What's
don't
the true way to
understand it, then I
live?
can't force you to understand it. I can't make you understand it.
Well, it's not my fault you're talking in hypothetical nonsense.
I'm
Can you
not talking.
explain
It's
the
it's
good
an
way to
actual
live?
right. If you have when the opportunity presents itself and you do right, that's a good way to live.
How do you
Have
determine
you ever
right?
had an opportunity to do right and good in your life?
How do you determine right?
By what is true.
How do you know what is true?
If you don't know what is true, then you
No, I asked
have
you,
the
how
bad
do you know what is true?
from
This is called
good energy.
epistemology.
Good
What is good
energy.
energy?
That's why I always ask you energy. What is energy? You said I hear you was talking about energy. I said he doesn't understand energy.
Well, there's two
Energy can't be created nor
definitions.
destroyed.
You have like actual like
Yeah.
energy, like radiation, for
First
instance.
you go
but
you
then
go
you
to the
also
law
have
of energy.
the possibility of change and motion.
Everything changes. Everything changes.
Well, that's the default state of the universe. Yeah.
Everything changes. Every second, everything changes.
Are you good, bro?
I'm perfect.
Okay.
I just understand how everything works.
No, you
Sometimes
don't.
people don't. I realize I'm on a planet with a lot of people like that.
What's 9 plus 10?
19, but
Incorrect,
by numbers.
It's 21.
You said 9
You
plus
said you
10.
understand everything. You should have
You
understood
said
my
9 plus
sarcasm.
10. That's 19. I know how to add.
I thought
I'm
you
not
knew
gonna
everything.
make you
knew
believe
everything.
it's not something else.
If you knew everything, you'd know the meme. So you're just full of shit. Have a shit day. Also, grippy socks, $9.99 at Walmart. Go get some. Hell yeah, Sonny. That's the correct answer. I literally ask this question almost on a daily basis, and no one ever says 21 anymore, making me feel old. Texas, let's get you, man. What is
Yo,
up?
what's up?
You over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah.
Awesome. Which God do you believe?
Fuck with the profile picture. Love his music.
What?
Name 5 Daniel Caesar songs right now.
What?
The person that's his profile picture, I fuck with their music a lot. It's Daniel Caesar. You probably don't know who
Name
that
5
is.
songs
It was
right now.
complete side note.
Oh. Okay. Okay, cool.
Was
Which God do you
Dutch
believe in, brother?
News. Yeah, I believe in the Christian God.
Cool. What you got for us? Why should I?
Yeah, do you take deductive arguments to be evidence?
Well, it really depends on if you have any evidence substantiating the propositions.
So only if the propositions come with evidence would you accept it?
I can grant sound logic.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, so there's
word.
just gonna.
No. The
Yeah,
word
so
sound.
first we
No,
have-
no. The word sound did not come out of your mouth. If you're gonna do Philbro horse shit, that's just annoying. If you'd like to have an actual conversation like a human, I'm totally
Why do
down.
all the low tiers say
I'm
Philbro?
totally
It's so
down.
weird.
Why do all the Philbros say low tier? Like, that's just pathetic. Would you like to have a human conversation or a script conversation?
Yeah. Yes. So there's just gonna be 5 axioms that
Slow
we're
down.
gonna have to
Slow
go
down.
through.
Slow down. You're already following a script. It's pathetic.
There's no script in this.
If you can
I'm
break
trying
this
to-
down in regular human words and terminology with layman terms, etc., then we can have a conversation. If you're just a bitch, fuck off. I don't give a fuck about Philbros and their nonsensical words and the 500 words per minute, and then I'm not able to repeat what you say word for word verbatim, and then I'm all of a sudden low tier getting rhetorical backshots. You can go fuck yourself sideways and upside down like the bitch you are. If you want to have a human conversation with human fucking words, we can do that. Otherwise, call me a low tier and get fucked.
Can we talk?
Get fucked. No, we can't because you're a Philbro bitch. Jax, let's get you in here.
Yo,
How's it going,
hello.
Jax?
How's it going?
You over the age of 18, brother?
I am.
Awesome. Which God do you believe in, man? Looks like Catholic, maybe?
Yeah, I am. So I have a question.
Hell
Do
yeah.
contingent things exist?
Uh-huh.
They do? Okay. So are contingent things explained?
That's a good question that I have no clue how to respond to. Are you another Philbro? I'd like to have a regular conversation.
Yeah, this is going to be a regular conversation.
No, it's
so
not.
if
You
you
just
were
asked
going
a
to ask me to
nonsensical question.
if you're going to ask me to like
So
put
check,
things in
check
layman.
this out, brother. I'm a human being, not a bitch.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a Philbro, i.e. bitch, Go for it. If you want to
So
have
we're
a
just
human...
going for ad hominems
Oh,
now.
yeah. No. Incorrect. What's an ad hominem fallacy? Define it,
An
please.
ad hominem is insulting me instead of addressing my argument.
You haven't provided an argument, therefore I have an ad hominem.
I'm providing an argument right now. It's a dilemma.
You haven't provided a single fucking argument. I called you a dumbass and a bitch before you even provided an argument. I have not ad hom fallacied you. Go study more, you fucking Philbro loser. You're pathetic. I'm gonna let Catholic deal with you since he actually believes the same thing to some degree. I just don't have the patience for Philbros at all. Catholic, I believe you can handle him though.
I mean, I was in the middle of something, but I saw the profile, saw the agitation and the Philbro language, and I figured I was probably needed. So.
Hell yeah, I love you. All right, Jax, go for it, loser.
Oh,
he ran.
Oh, pussy. Pussy.
Catholic, I think you're scary, bro. I think you're scared away everybody.
Am I the Catholic version of Ems?
Yes. And I love it.
I haven't talked to Ems in fucking forever. Where has he been?
He appears when needed.
Yeah, legitimately. I heard him briefly, I think, on Blitz's
Ems
live
is
today.
the only non-contradicting contradiction. He doesn't exist at the same time
Literally.
as existing.
Did you guys see Justin's mugs that he's made for him?
Ooh, I haven't.
Yes.
We got two theists in here.
Catholic thinker, why did you get dick down last night and blocks Floyd fucking like slamming your ass?
You
You
wanna try that
genuinely
again in
fucking
English?
stupid. Yeah, Catholic thinker, you just got dick down last night. How do you feel about
By
that?
who?
Yeah, by Moid.
I'm the one who
By
does that.
someone who
I'm the
was
one who gets
spamming my
dick down.
direct messages, and I just got annoyed, so I just blocked because they were
Yeah, and you got
spamming it.
slammed. Yeah, you got slammed. You blocked her,
I
bro.
mean, if that's what you want to tell yourself.
How you doing, man? You
I
over
mean,
the age of 18?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
over
me
the age
who
of
gets
18,
that,
dumbass.
not him.
Awesome. Which God do you believe in?
Obviously, I believe in the Christian God.
That's not obvious. Would you like to provide me evidence for your God?
Yeah, it was pretty fucking obvious whenever I said it in the first place. Yeah, so whenever you're asking for evidence, what the fuck does evidence mean?
Be respectful.
Oh, that wasn't even just him being disrespectful. It was just him being a fucking Philbro loser.
I mean, he wasn't being a Phil. I mean, he was being Phil, bro. Like saying like divine evidence.
Musical
Like,
life.
that can be an actual argument, but
What's up, music?
semantics.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
a really
how
pretty
are you,
PFP. I
host?
like that. Doing all right, brother. You
Thank
over the
you
age of
so
18?
much. Sorry?
You over the age of 18?
Yes.
Awesome. Which God do you believe in?
I believe in a Christian God.
Okay, sweet. What denomination are you, by the way? Just curious.
I'm EO.
Ooh. All right, fresh blood. All right, what you got for us, brother?
Yeah, I have an argument I would like to run you, but you take
Yeah.
arguments.
Can I ask what?
Yeah, we
EO
take
is?
arguments. Eastern Orthodox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We take arguments. I just don't take them from Phil Bros.
Yeah. So do you know Gödel's argument?
I don't remember off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, so there's a list of axioms, and then you have to grant, and we run the argument. Right?
Sure, yeah, just go through them like nice and slow for me.
Yeah. Okay. So the first axiom is if a property is positive, then its negation is not positive.
Yeah, I think that's just correct, yeah.
Okay. If P is positive and P entails Q, then Q is also positive.
Well, if it's correctly modus ponens, yeah.
Yeah, it's P to Q. I can give you like the logic. I can type it out.
No, you're good. Yeah. I grant modus ponens.
Okay. The property of God, or the property of being godlike, is itself positive because it has all positive properties.
Would you go on ahead and define positive property for me?
Yeah. So a positive property is just gonna be a property of pure perfection, you know? It has no
Interesting.
defect of, yeah.
Can you give me an example?
Yes, it's just gonna be something that's intrinsically good. So like an example, it would be like a qui omni, like omnibenevolent.
Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. You said intrinsically good, though. I don't know if I can grant that.
Yeah, why?
Well, I think that's subjective. What do you mean by good?
What do you mean by good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just, Yeah, it would just be the same. It would just go fall back. I guess I worded that wrong. It wouldn't necessarily be intrinsically good, but it would just be a property that has no like defect.
Well, I mean, like if we talk about like a constant, for instance, we can agree that it's accurate, but to state something as good seems to be implying some sort of moral dilemma.
Just real quick, nobody on fire wants me to tell you to check Discord and that he sent you a paper on something.
Ooh, hot.
And sober, what I sent you, the source that I sent you goes with what you're saying. It literally, the whole point of the paper is to show that the thermodynamics doesn't apply to the whole universe as a whole.
Holy shit.
I know you didn't read that shit. That's literally the fucking article.
Okay. God damn, dude. Nobody, do you want to argue this? Because there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to. That's a lot of reading to do in the middle of the argument. I don't, if you haven't memorized, go for it, but okay, so I'm just out of ignorance not going to grant the goodness of whatever it was you said.
Okay, so do you want me to list the two? I have two more.
I'm looking
do
in
you
a.
want to come
I'm
back
looking-
to the third one after we go?
Before we get too far, I'm looking over the Gödel's ontological argument, and it's just another version of the Modal ontological argument of basically, the whole, if it is possible for God to, if a necessary being possibly exists, then it necessarily exists.
Right, modal
Yeah,
logic with the
it's a
S5
different
axiom.
it's a different version.
Yeah,
I like it better.
So here's the
but
problem.
what he gets to is, let's see, God or object X, this godlike object, it can only be godlike if and only if it has all positive properties. Because being godlike is itself a positive property, that means it is godlike.
Yeah.
And then because it's possible, because possibly existing is a positive property, or it is possible that a godlike property.
Are you the one arguing, or am I the one arguing?
Is
I
it
mean,
I'm just going.
Is it using S5 axiom for necessity?
Yeah, that's axiom for it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't grant it.
Yeah, what's your contention with S5?
Because it's a hypothetical framework and there's no demonstration that it actually exists. So I can make up scenarios where it's possible in some world for Hogwarts to be true, and if physics allowed for it, but there's no demonstration.
I'll pause you right there, Cody. So the thing with ontological arguments, they are very tricky, and the parity argument you were about to use actually doesn't work, and I can explain more privately or elsewhere if you're interested.
Oh, I agree with you that it's not super strong, but my point is that it's a hypothetical fictional idea, right? Same as.
So is there another conflicting axiom? Because you can only reject axioms of virtue of another.
Here's my deal with the framework. I know that I'm not going to disagree with the framework set up with your axioms and whatnot. So if I grant your axioms, right, then I grant the conclusion, obviously, because it's going to be in agreement with the premises. The problem is there's no demonstration for it at all. So it's logically possible, but there's no demonstration of it actually existing. So just because something's logically possible does not equate to it being real. It's also logically possible for a unicorn.
The other problem with it is I liked how, I forgot the name of it, but this one philosopher calls all ontological arguments sound but unsatisfying, because while they're not circular, they kind of are. You're assuming a definition, and it might be true definitionally, but just because I can define a triangle and show logically how these properties of a triangle must be the case, logically from the axioms, triangles cannot physically exist as they are defined in geometric space. They cannot exist in reality. They are concepts, and that's not even getting into whether or not we can know God's nature, which every ontological argument it requires in order for us to be able to use that as, as the argument.
And just simply putting, defining something into existence doesn't make it exist, even if it's logically valid.
So wait, do you believe that if something is possible, there's going to be like a restrictive barrier between the worlds?
It being possible
looking at the argument,
doesn't make it exist.
So wait, if it's possible in like one world, can it not exist in all? Like
It
especially
totally
if
could.
since
Dude,
we're defining God as like a
God is
necessary.
possible. God is possible,
Well, that's-
1000%. But there's no demonstration for me to agree that it actually exists.
So music, what you also said there is actually the reason why this doesn't work is because, like you said, if something can possibly exist in one world, that doesn't mean that it exists in our world.
Yeah.
And only a thing that is necessary, if it's possible, does that necessity lead to it existing in all worlds, including our own, like
Which,
something
granted,
like
the
say
S5 would agree with that, but there's still no demonstration that a God is necessary in our world at all. You still have to justify that.
That's actually what I was getting at, though. So like 2 + 2 = 4 is a necessary truth. So because it possibly exists in one world, aka ours, it also exists in all worlds. So it doesn't matter what possible world we can think of, it's there. But the question for God is, how do we know that this necessary existing thing who has this godlike property actually exists? We've talked about it.
Yeah.
We think it might be possible, but the problem with it is effectively what Kant calls a logical illusion. Just because we might think of something being the case does not necessitate it actually being the case. And even sometimes when we use our logic and reason and we come to something that's a contradiction, it might not actually be a contradiction. So we just need to be careful when we're using logic and reason alone and be aware that it can lead to a logical illusion, which
that's a good way to put it.
This could be in the case.
By the way, the Catholic's saying this as a believer in God, so it's just this is just valid philosophy and logic. The
How
problem
are you denying universal equivalency as a Christian?
Brother, here's the problem: you're completely missing out on any epistemology. So you're using logic, and it's very strong logic, but there's absolutely no justification for its truthfulness except for that in the framework that you created of a possible world. It doesn't equate to it actually being true.
Wait, Catholic, are you denying universal equivalence as a Christian?
I mean, I'm not sure what you're referring to as universal equivalence because I haven't referred to that at all here. What I'm saying is that as a Thomist, I believe that God's nature is not self-evident, and any ontological argument necessitates one to claim that the nature of God is self-evident. Gödel's gets close, but he's still like just saying, hey, an object is godlike if and only if it has all positive properties. Well,
oh my
what
gosh,
he just...
I remember you. You're the blasphemous guy. Wait, you're the heretic. Yeah, the Catholic guy. I was watching the live. This guy's a heretic.
He literally
Why are we
believes
listening to him?
He's Orthodox.
Yeah, he's a heretic.
That's
you're
the heretic.
What did I say that is heresy?
You're the heretic, not him. He's Orthodox.
Orthodoxy is heretic.
Or the original is seriously.
So hang on. Orthodox are not in heresy with the church. They are in schism. That is a completely different thing. If you're going to point to a group and say that they're a heretic, the closest you're going to get is going to be Protestantism. But
this guy, you were defending being gay as a Christian.
No, I wasn't defending. Like, I was saying that it is not a sin to be gay. Is it a sin to do the act? Sure. But in order for something to be a sin and to be a mortal sin, it needs to fit 3 criteria, one of which is knowledge that the act is
I would just stop right there, Catholic.
Yeah.
Biblically,
Like,
I know, like, I'm just going to be straight up honest here. Yeah, biblically, what you're saying absolutely does follow. The sin of being gay itself is not what is constantly punished. It is simply the act.
That's what he was saying.
That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying.
He was agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just saying that you don't need to give a further explanation because the biblical narrative does follow with that.
Yeah. All I was doing was I was restating what I had said on the live that music saw. That
Mm.
and it's in the catechism. It is in the teachings of the church, and it is perfectly in line with church teachings. So no, not a heresy.
Can I just? I wanna bring up a hypothetical really quick for music. Let's say I made a very logically valid argument for the metaphysical unicorns that are like rainbow, etc. You know, the metaphysical creature that could like fly and shit. Does that mean it exists?
Is it unnecessary?
I could make it necessary, yeah. I could make up
how-
axioms. I could make up an entire framework and possible world that it agrees with. You could do
How
it
can
with
you make
almost
an
anything
axiom for a unicorn?
easily. I mean, I'm not going to do it right now. It's going to take me some time
Like,
to
the
like research.
S5 only works for necessary beings. You have to prove that.
Brother, you haven't proven God is a necessary being is the thing. This is my point. You're missing epistemology. You need to have some sort of demonstration in our world for it to be true, for the logic to actually be sound. You have it valid. You have a very valid argument, but it's still missing the justification. You can't
Wait.
forget epistemology.
It's just analytically true that God
No,
is just
it's
going to
not.
be.
No, it's not.
What?
It's valid,
Oh.
but it's not sound. There's no demonstration for it actually being true. You don't know it.
Wait.
It is good on paper. It is valid on paper, but there's no justification for its truthfulness.
Do you not define God as necessary?
In a framework, yes, but not in our world. You have to demonstrate that the world is contingent upon him. You have to demonstrate he exists. You have to demonstrate that he made things. You have to. This is epistemology, brother. Logic is very strong, but logic is only sound when it's epistemically justified.
This is the possible world, though.
Yeah, it still doesn't work because we have an actual
You
world,
just
brother.
said in the frame. You just said in the framework. He's necessary.
In the argument, if I were
I'm asking you,
listen,
what do you
if I
define God as?
grant your definitions in the framework, then it would be a sound argument. If I granted your definitions and the argument, that still doesn't make it exist. You still have to demonstrate that. Because this is a being that created things. This is a being that makes life. This is a being that answers and doesn't answer prayers. This is a being that holds the fabric of space, time, and all matter together. This is a being that created all things that exist. That requires demonstration, not just logic, but demonstration. You have to show me that that is true. I have to see some sort of a fingerprint, some sort of a blueprint, something with God being the causal mechanism for all things. And that doesn't happen in logic.
Yeah, are you like an empiricist?
Yes, I'm a natural empiricist. I grant logic, but it still requires epistemology. You have to justify it to be true just because it works on paper. For instance, I don't grant multiverse theory, even though it's plausible. The mathematics, everything works out, but there's no demonstration for it to be real. Things on paper with numbers are very awesome, but it doesn't make it actually exist, dude.
So wait, you don't grant math?
I do grant math.
How?
What do you mean how? 2 + 2 is an axiom in nature, in reality. Two things next to two things is more than two things. You can't demonstrate God. It is not an axiom.
Wait, so you only grant axioms?
I grant anything that is... Dude, logic is grounded in axiomatic principles, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so is math.
And you just said my
correct?
argument's grounded in logic. Correct logic.
You're grounding it in axioms that I don't grant, first of all. But even if we do grant the
You
axioms...
granted my axioms.
No. What I've said is if I did
Yes.
grant them, the framework would be sound, but it doesn't mean it's actually true and existing. Even if I granted your
so wait.
axioms from ignorance, even if I said it's all true, there's still no demonstration. The logic is valid, the logic would be sound, but there's no demonstration for its truthfulness. It still wouldn't be true.
That would be the same thing for math.
Correct. We have to demonstrate that it's correct. You're correct. I do not believe things until it's justified.
There's a thing in math called proofs. If you come up with a mathematical equation, you have to do proofs.
They have
for
to
it
be
make sure it
demonstrated to
works.
be true, brother. And you have none of that for a God. They just, and that's
Addition.
that's why I don't like grant Catholics' arguments, because they're
when
very
in, like,
strong.
you know,
Catholic has possibly the strongest arguments for God I've ever heard in my life.
Sorry. When like in the 1800s, 1700s, when they were formalizing mathematics and actually becoming like learned men, they had to do proofs for 1 + 1, 2 + 2. They had to, because they were like, all right, guys, this is the rules we're using. All right, these rules currently hold up to all reality. Let's proof them. All right, do that with logic too.
Yeah, you still have to justify it
You want me
external
to
of the
prove
logic.
axioms?
Yeah, axioms, self-evident truths, require evidence
You
for
want me
them
to
as
prove
well.
them?
If it is a axiom that I should grant and it's not self-evident, you need to justify why I should grant it. If it is self-evident, it is the evidence of itself. All things require evidence, and there is no evidence for a God. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't. There's no demonstration of a God making the universe. There's no demonstration of a God making you. There's no demonstration at all of this thing even, and it's impossible. How is it possible for no time to have causal reaction with time? It's not possible. It is impossible to believe in the Christian God. He doesn't exist. Except for that and the imagination. And imagination doesn't equate to things being real. I can imagine many things that don't exist, including Harry Potter.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, you can only is that like a yard or something?
What?
Is that a yard?
I don't know what a yard is.
Okay.
Yeah,
So wait, you can only reject axioms in virtue of another, correct? You do know
No,
that.
I don't have to grant.
No?
I don't have to say something is false. I just don't have to grant
An
that it's true.
example of an example of an axiom that people can grant or reject without having and reject without having to replace it for another is the axiom of choice in mathematics. There are some mathematicians who accept it as an axiom, and there's others who reject it.
The only
And
axiom that
depending
I would
on
grant is things exist. Like, that's just factually self-evident. This exists. It's fucking fact. There's no denying that. If you deny it, you're unreasonable.
Wait. That doesn't wait, what the Catholic guy just said doesn't prove anything.
You haven't proven anything, brother.
Yes, I proved that my argument is deductive and valid.
No. You
It's not
asked, hey,
deductive.
you said when you reject an axiom, don't you need to replace it with another? And I gave an example of where that's not the
You
case.
reject it in virtue of another.
Brother, pause. Let's not go into that deep. I don't even call it semantics, but colloquial semantic. Here's the thing. Can you demonstrate that the universe is contingent upon God?
Yeah, I don't have to demonstrate it being contingent.
You
If my
do. For
argument
me,
logic,
there's
if my
no
argument
evidence.
Yeah, then you're just like wrong. I don't know them. I mean,
no,
you granted all of my
No, I
axioms.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Wait, so then which ones do you not grant?
Dude, I
Do you
stopped
not
the
grant S5 or
argument so
something?
that we could explain. I did say I don't grant S5 for this guy, this God, because there's no demonstration of its existence. I could grant S5 for certain things like the constants of the universe, but guess what? They're demonstrable external of the argument. You have to demonstrate your argument external of it. You have to use external evidence to justify its truthfulness. Logic is not sound without epistemology. You should know this if you're in school studying logic. No logical argument is sound without epistemic justification. You have to have epistemology to be able to dictate and justify something to be true or not. You do not get to escape epistemology just because you're logically fucking smart. Just because you know big words, just because you can talk fast, just because you're a fucking person at school, your teacher said that this is true, does not make it true. You have to epistemically justify it. External of the argument.
Wait, oh my god. This is empiricist slop. So
I'm not a hard
once again,
empiricist. I'm a natural empiricist. I do grant logic, but even logic itself requires epistemology, correct or wrong?
I guess in some cases, yeah.
All cases. Why should I justify anything if there's no justification for it?
Yeah, I believe things like exist that we don't know.
That's stupid.
That we
There are
can't.
things that are unknown, but we don't know them to say that they are true or false. That's
Yeah, but
stupid.
logic is
That is
known.
illogical.
Logic is known.
Your logic is not, because you're trying to logic in and define a god into existence. I can do the same thing for a unicorn. I can define a unicorn into existence.
It wouldn't be defining it.
It is.
No,
You did define it. You did define it. You defined God as necessary. You defined God as perfect.
It
You did
would be
not
an
demonstrate. You did not
under the
demonstrate.
Christian
You did
worldview, it
shh,
would be.
shh. You did not demonstrate that anything is contingent upon God. You did not demonstrate that
under-
God is perfect. You didn't demonstrate any of this. You're trying to get away with a logical argument with zero epistemic justification.
Yeah, under a Christian worldview, he would be defined as necessary. That's what I'm
Correct.
holding to.
But you have to prove that. You don't just get to say that it's true because it's defined as true. You have to prove that it's true. Proof, by definition, is evidence and facts leading to a true conclusion. You have to provide evidence backing the claim. What evidence would it take for a God to be proven? Well, this God in particular created the goddamn universe. So you need to provide me a causal mechanism linking the empirical world to this metaphysical being.
Okay, can you love Natalia?
No. We're not
she
done.
knows more epistemology.
None of you
You're
Philbros
you're
know
an-
epistemology.
She can cut then. Well,
You're
they
an
haven't
empiricist
requested.
laptard.
Oh, they have requested. They can come up after you.
Can you stop hitting blinkies?
What?
He doesn't
you
like
stop
the
hitting
fact that you vape.
blinkers?
Blankers?
He doesn't like the fact that you vape.
I'm not vaping.
Anxiety pen.
No clue what you're talking about. Not a damn idea.
Cody, you're gonna get flagged.
I'm hiding it. All right, we're going to let you
That
down
was
and then we'll
not,
move on to Natalia, all right? I appreciate your argument and I do like the framework, but you're still missing a lot of causal mechanism.
Okay.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
All right, let's get in Natalia.
Before we move on,
Sure,
I
go
want to
for
talk about the like. I don't think that. I mean, without even with if you say like with scripture, like the being gay is wrong, which I don't think even with scripture it says that. It just says like gay sex is wrong, which I think people can definitely argue that against that too.
The scripture itself never like directly says that being gay is
Yeah,
wrong.
no,
It's the
that's
act.
not what I was
There-
talking
there-
about.
there's-
Like without scripture, I feel like I could just say like the fact that biologically people are gay. Like it's not a choice; it's a biological
Right.
thing that happens in utero.
Agreed.
Like it's just brain chemistry.
So
It's not
we all
advantageous or
agree on that.
disadvantageous.
And let's
So,
Natalia, are you over
But
the age
no,
of
but
18?
specifically that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
All
more
right.
that you're gonna
And
get
I'm going to
by.
guess Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got for us?
I'm just kind of confused on what you were saying previously about how when you reject axioms, you don't reject them by virtue of another.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Okay,
claiming
so-
ignorance on that, so there's no point in me talking about it.
You're claiming ignorance? What does that mean?
Ignorant by definition means lacking knowledge on something.
What
If I'm
part do you-
I'm
it
ignorant on
seems like
something,
you
why
don't
would I
lack
have a
knowledge, rather
conversation
than
about
you're
it?
just hesitant to accept the axiom yourself. It
Incorrect.
seems like you
So
don't
I'm
understand what it
ignorant
is.
on the phrasing of words that you're using. So you're trying to say that I have to provide another axiom to deny an axiom. I don't know if that's true, so I'm not going to argue for or against it. What I am going to do
It's
is say,
not-
do
there's
you
a
have
Veritasium
evidence for
video
your
about
God?
the-
And if you do have evidence for your God, provide it. And why should I believe it?
Yeah, I think the ontological argument works here. It seems like the contention
which
you have
one?
with it is just from like a lack of knowledge rather
Well,
than you actually contending the argument.
I've provided my explanations why I don't grant it. Do you have evidence that God created the universe?
Okay, yeah, that's different from the stipulation here. We're just saying that the ontological argument works, right? And you're saying it doesn't work because you don't
I'm not
understand
saying
the
it doesn't
axiom?
work. I'm saying I don't grant it.
Okay, so then it does work.
Nope, that's not what that means. You know you can withhold judgment, right?
Okay, you can be agnostic on a position that doesn't add another value. There's only
Right.
a
I'm
given
not
law.
making a stance. I'm saying I don't grant what you are saying out of ignorance, but what you're saying is your God is ontologically true. Prove it.
Okay, yeah. Do you think God is defined as necessary being?
Again, ignorant as hell. A necessary being, you can define it as such, sure. I don't grant that it's true because there's no demonstration for it to be true.
Okay, that's what S5 tries to achieve. Do you understand that?
It doesn't work because there's no demonstration for it. You understand that?
Okay, S5 just says that possibly necessary P is necessary, okay?
Yeah, you have to
God is
demonstrate that
good.
it is
You're just plugging the
necessary.
values there.
Defining it as real does not make it real. You're
We're not
defining.
defining it
Yes,
as
you are.
real.
You're
You're jumping ahead in
defining.
the argument.
Pause.
We're defining
You're
it as necessary.
defining God as necessary. That does
Yeah,
not
because it's
make him
entails from the omni
necessary. You have to
properties.
demonstrate that.
Okay, so your issue is just God being necessary?
Can you demonstrate it?
Does that answer the question?
Can you demonstrate that God is necessary? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
Yeah, I can. Now, can you answer my question?
So demonstrate your burden of proof that God is necessary, please.
Okay, yeah. Do you grant that God has omni properties?
Nope. Can you demonstrate
Okay,
it?
so then what is God?
Can you demonstrate it?
Yeah, because when I'm arguing for the case of God here, I'm just talking about the being with the omni properties. So if you're
Demonstrate
saying
it.
that God lacks
Demonstrate that
omni
he has
properties,
omni
I'm not sure how it
properties.
would be God in any sense.
Demonstrate that he has omni properties. Demonstrate that he
Because that's just what
exists.
the definition of God is.
Exactly.
Analytically true.
Exactly. You're defining it into existence. You're not proving that it actually exists.
Okay, yeah, we're not talking about existence right now. We're
Yeah,
talking
we are.
about what is God.
Ontology.
Because yeah, we're not talking about the ontology of God. We're just talking
Yeah,
about
we
what is
were.
God. Those
We
are
were
two distinct things. We're
100%
talking about
talking
the
about
definition,
ontology
not
of
the
God because I
essence.
said, can you prove the ontological truth that God exists? And you said yes. And then your
Okay,
next
yeah,
argument
and
is
then
that he
because
is
of your inability
necessary.
to understand the
And then I
axiom that led
said,
us to backtracking to talking about the simple question of what is God.
you said that you can prove the ontological truth of God. I said, go on ahead and demonstrate that to me. You then defined him as necessary and asked if I grant it. Because we're talking about the ontology, I said no. In the framework, if we're talking about a metaphysical framework, I could grant the definition. You're stating now a different thing, that this God actually does exist. Do I grant that he actually exists? No. You need to demonstrate that he's necessary. So can you provide demonstration?
Yeah, it seems like again you're confused on the stipulation.
I know you're
We're
confused.
backtracking here.
I know you're confused. Can you demonstrate that God is necessary?
Yeah, I'm demonstrating it. How about you stop dodging and stop trying?
Catholic, do you want to take over?
Why are you dodging?
I mean,
Stop dodging.
at this point, Natalia, you're going right into the very mistake that Anselm makes, that Thomas Aquinas says can't be done, because you're saying God has omni-property traits. So you are now describing and listing the nature of God as a self-evident truth.
And I don't
God's
grant that.
nature.
What?
Well, that's the thing.
Do you
The
not think there's a
problem is
distinction in between describing his attributes versus saying the attributes actually exist? This guy doesn't even
no,
understand what it means for
Natalia,
something to be God. That's why I'm describing the attributes.
Natalia.
I know what it means.
So
No,
that's
you
the
don't.
problem.
You just said you don't believe God has omni properties.
Pause. You didn't
No.
ask me if I know that God has omni properties. You asked me
Yeah,
if
I
I
asked
do
you, does
believe
he,
that
not
God
if you know.
does have omni properties when we're talking about ontology. If you want to ask me what
Wait,
do I think
when
the
did I ever
definition
index
of
that?
God,
What?
you guys need to learn how to shut up. If you guys ask me what I think God is by definition, I'm going to state a tri-omni, all-powerful creator of the universe that is necessary. So yeah, I know what God's
Okay, so
definition
then
is.
you do deploy
So
the.
be a good little bitch and fucking listen.
You just.
So yes, I understand what the definition. I understand what I'm white. I understand what the definition of God is. You still haven't demonstrated that the God does exist. Defining something
you
into
stupid?
existence. I know you are, but what am I? Defining something into existence does not make it true.
I kicked her because she said the slur.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah.
And the problem is that as soon as you yes, we defined
Yes.
God, and we
So sub for IQ for not accepting God just off of the argument that God.
Guys, I understand the definition of God as an all-powerful, necessary being that is tri-omni and created all things. I don't have a reason to believe that he exists is the problem. So if you guys can demonstrate that, sure.
Because she, she said that.
I thought I explained why I don't grant the logic quite well. It's missing that link. We can say that there are unknown things about this world, obviously, but to input God in there just isn't fair.
All right. Well, so anyone?
Yeah, we'll get 000.
All right. Cool.
What's up, Zero?
Well, I'll ask about evolution, but
you over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Which God do you believe in?
Christian God.
All right, cool. What you got for me, man? Why should I believe in him?
All right. When you say there's no evidence for God, what do you take evidence to be?
Yeah, facts and information leading to true conclusion.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So, I guess I'll just give an argument. So we could start by constructing a Kripke model.
I
Do you
don't
know
know
what
what
a
that is.
Kripke model is?
I'm ignorant on that, brother. I'm not a logical guy. Or I'm not a
Okay,
logic
but if I can
guy.
give an argument, what'd you say? My bad.
Well, so here's the problem with this. You're already starting out with something I'm ignorant on. Do you have to provide a master's degree in philosophy worthy argument in order
Well,
to
no,
prove
this
your God?
isn't a master's degree in philosophy worthy. You could
Major,
look this up.
bachelor,
It's like
whatever the hell. If you're bringing up the most complex thing you can think of, that's not really
it's
a
not
good.
complex. You just let me explain it,
Okay.
and I'll provide examples, whatever you need. All right, so you just have a Kripke model, right, which is just a formal structure within modal
This is
logic where
literally
you can
the exact
evaluate.
same argument. Did you guys just come out of the same Discord? Yeah, they did.
What-
That's literally all just the same circle jerk Discord. That's literally the exact same fucking argument. It's still Gödel. They're literally just bringing on the ontological proof of God's existence with higher order automated theorem provers. It's literally all the same argument. Guys, get out of the circle jerk. Go find some epistemic justification. Come back and provide it to me. Zero, I'm just going to... Okay. Dude. Chill. Phil Bros, you're not welcome. If you want to talk philosophy, let's do it. You want to provide logic, let's do it. But don't do it like a Phil Bro bitch. It's annoying. Incorrect,
Not that
Brodo.
Yeah, it's not that they
You
brought
guys don't understand
Way
one
to
thing.
brought
You guys talk philosophy and you never, ever, 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 ever provide epistemology, which is philosophy. You guys don't even know philosophy. For philosophical arguments to be true, you have to epistemically justify it. It has to have demonstration. It has to have proofs. It has to have evidences to justify that it is true beyond a reasonable doubt. You guys don't know philosophy.
I want to talk grapes. Is the skin really necessary? Okay. Yeah. For its reproduction, it kind of is. It has to be sound. Exactly. Exactly, Jim.
By demonstration, well, when it comes to the empirical claim that a God created the empirical universe, I would love to have a scientific demonstration of observation and testing that is repeatedly true. That would be amazing.
Well, Tommy, it does. Well, we're talking about. Are you talking about eating a grape? Because if it's eating it, no, the skin is not necessary to eat grapes. Just don't give it to a dog because it'll die.
Dogs are allergic to grapes.
Grape skins. It's. I mean, this isn't a real story, but it is actually plausible. Ben and Jerry. Ben had a crush on Jerry's sister. That's true.
Well, Brodo,
But
you're
the
not claiming an immaterial action. You're claiming an empirical action that requires causal mechanism to prove that it happened by this thing. You're trying to turn an empirical claim into a metaphysical hypothetical, and that's just stupid. Would you like to demonstrate that your immaterial, non-existent thing created something? Because you do have to provide demonstration. You have to.
I'm gonna go in 10 minutes unless someone wants to talk about evolution. Either they have a question about evolution.
Well, then stop arguing against basic philosophy, Brodo.
I do have to ask you this. So, when you do you take it that the law of thermodynamics applies to the universe as a whole?
Globally, no.
I don't think
Okay.
I don't think as a whole. No, I don't think so. I think Blitz. I think Dr. Blitz made a video about that a while ago. That like the second law of thermodynamics doesn't fully apply to the universe. It does apply in some parts.
They're not saying that it
course,
doesn't
but-
apply. We're saying we don't know. There's no evidence to justify that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fully applies.
Yeah, we literally cannot know because we cannot measure it. That's why it doesn't apply.
And also because the universe is expanding, and to my knowledge, that would make the maximum entropy possible also expanding.
Yes, and that is also why.
It's the expansion that causes that breakdown. If we weren't still currently expanding, I'm pretty certain then that would apply as a whole. But since we are still currently expanding,
And the like maximum entropy, that would be the heat death of the universe. You know, everything's exact same kinetic energy. You know, sorry, I have a really bad cough. Not
Shame on
terrible,
you.
but okay. Like, what the fuck?
Cody, have you have I shown you my little
Okay,
project I've been working on?
James, I'm going to invite you up. If you don't accept, you are a coward. Because you're talking about the flood now, and I want to talk about the flood. All right.
I've been working on this for like a month now.
James, you coward.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We're going to have to pin that in the Discord. Love that. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Your claws went into me, girl. Ooh.
Well, James just left like a coward.
Yeah, and I've said bitch so many times that we've got 30 viewers. We might have to restart TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
I'm not gonna come back.
Well, what I'm currently gonna do. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Evan. What were you saying?
I was saying if you do restart, I'm not gonna come back. It's almost 11 here, and I'm a bit sick. So.
The fuck?
You're quitting? Quitter?
Seriously?
Yeah, well, I want to see. Well, I do want to see my girlfriend tomorrow.
Quitter.
And she lives in Massachusetts. I live in New Jersey. I have to. If I'm gonna see my girlfriend tomorrow, I have to drive like 4 hours.
Spitter.
Quitter. But yeah, currently with this little project, with this current project that I'm working on, I'm gonna have John look over it and tell me if there's really anything incorrect or anything that I should add to it. Currently I'm specifically working on the contradictions right now.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we're gonna restart. Evan, I love you. I'm pissed at you.
Sorry,
though.
but James, please come up. We'll talk about the flood, James. We'll talk about the
If
flood.
you were generally
That's all
about
we need to talk
truth,
about.
we are about truth. Just because you don't have something true doesn't mean that we don't care about truth. You're just incapable of accepting the facts that disagree with you. It's called cognitive dissonance. Books will help you out with that.
Fuck you mean metaphorically speaking?
I'm bored. Yell at
Like
someone.
the flood, like happened metaphorically, possibly, sure. Did it happen in reality though? No.
No, what split Pangea is going to be, fuck, what are they called? Tectonic plate movement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the flood.
Logic, mathematic, morality, yeah.
Cody, James, Cody will shut up, he'll mute his mic, and we'll just talk.
And yes, I mock people that are dumb, 100%, especially in a debate.
Yeah, and so Cody, you'll have to mute up.
Yeah, I will never claim to be nice. I am an absolute asshole. If you come up here and you actually have a nice conversation, I will treat you the same way. I go off on people that are douchebags, and I put them in their place, and then they cry like bitches in the chat because their feelings are hurt. I don't give a fuck about your feelings right now. I care about the facts.
Wouldn't the flood affect plate tectonics? I don't know. I mean, the flood didn't happen, and even if it did, Pangea split millions of years ago.
That's incorrect, Brodo. They're grounded in axioms. That's incorrect. That is objectively incorrect. The only thing that is subjective there is going to be morals, but morals are grounded in society. Morals, by literal definition, are principles determining right from wrong. It's literally how we make things up in society to keep society thriving. They're subjective. Everything else is objectively grounded in axioms.
I'll see you guys later.
Well, hold up, Evan. I do want to tell you this. To be 100% honest, when it comes to Noah's flood, it could have possibly happened, but it wasn't a global flood. It wasn't a global flood. When you look at
all these flood myths were just local floods.
Yes, that's what they are historically.
Berto, request up.
Starts
You're
right
just
next to a
annoying
flood.
at this point. Just request up or fuck off.
All right.
Am I trolling that math is grounded in axiomatic principles? No.
James,
that's a
come up.
fact. It's an objective truth.
Yeah, James, weren't you leaving but like seriously, come up. Cody will mute his mic, and we will have a civil discourse. And hey, provide the evidence, and you could convince me that the flood happened.
That everyone has a
Piper,
story
actually, there's a
because
very
it's local.
okay, Piper. That is actually a very good question. We're gonna be playing a little game. You know, pray lose, James. You're admitting that you would lose to me because I have evidence and you
Quite
don't.
literally.
So actually, Piper, that is a very good question. Why does everyone have a story? Because almost every single early society in human history has started near a river. You know what rivers do? They flood. Floods are
Yeah.
dangerous, and so people, say a couple hundred years after the flood, the story about the flood, I have evidence of nothing. Then come up. You won't be prey if I have nothing to attack you with.
Yeah, so to further answer the question there, what's happening? Well, specifically when it comes to Noah's flood, Noah's flood, in my opinion, I wouldn't even classify it as one that was a local flood. It's plausible that it was, but if anything, it was just another story that that was
Yeah, I
taken.
mean, it
Like
is just
it's
the Epic of
heavily,
Gilgamesh. It's
yeah,
just the
it's
Epic of
heavily.
Gilgamesh.
I don't like to say
James,
that fully.
It's
but
basically the Epic of Gilgamesh.
yeah, it's just to me saying that it's fully copied isn't exactly true because it doesn't
Yeah.
pinpoint accuracy. It's basically the same story.
What the fuck?
All right, James, you're a Christian. You saying you not being able to comprehend it doesn't negate the fact that it did. Okay, so help me comprehend it. You as a Christian are actively stopping me from accepting, God and literally sending me to hell. We are primates. Heaven Smokey, come up. I don't know if Cody's here or what.
I'm here.
Yeah,
My camera.
it looked like. Oh, yeah, I was so confused.
James, come up and help me. Save my soul, James.
Yeah, dude.
Because
that's like.
hey, like, do you think that
They're not
if
coming up?
you
They're
enjoy...
they're cowards.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Evan,
I
you
know
have
you're
yourself a good
coward.
day. We're gonna reset. They're not joining.
All right. Yeah.
Running in
good night,
circles
guys.
is stupid.
Good
You guys
night.
have a good one.
Love
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
restart. God. Yeah, I know, right? Frozen a good pose. Troll repellent, if only.
Oh my god! Of course, my phone had to do this stupid shit. I mean, I have to drop and come right back up.
Yeah, I need to watch my tongue a lot more. Why should we believe in nothing? I don't believe in nothing. Nothingness doesn't exist and it has no attributes it can't obtain, therefore it doesn't exist, and the only thing that does exist is things. Existence is the only true necessity.
I watched your video, your reaction to Cliff. Fucking loved it, dude.
Oh, he's so stupid.
Oh my god, yes he is. The thing with me is that he's so he's one of those Christians that won't try and argue that there's immoral things in the Bible and there's contradictions, but the moment you bring them up, he just becomes a pissy little bitch.
I used to watch him daily, him and Living Waters. Who is that? Ray Comfort. Stewart is worse. I haven't actually listened. I think I listened to Stewart debate. Did Stewart debate Arn Ra? We're doing okay over here. Living a what the fuck?
The thing that like Cliff is just really known for is he's good at preaching. Like he can really get to people. He just can't really argue. Do you know who Alex O'Connor is?
Yes, Vast. How are you doing? You over the age of 18?
Yeah, yes, I'm religious and
Cool.
more
Which
an
God do you
atheist.
believe in?
The God of the Bible.
All right, Christian.
Yes.
Awesome. What you got for us? Why should I believe in it?
Okay. What do you think matter is made of?
It's an emergent property from energy. Why do you think
Repeat
God
that.
made it?
No, what do you think matter is made of?
That's a good question. Why do you think God made it?
I asked first.
Okay, I don't know. Prove God made it. Like, dude, you're the one with the burden of proof. Burden shifting doesn't work over here. Sorry to tell you.
Okay. Do you agree? Are you scientifically literate?
Are you? Because you don't know what matter
Yes,
is.
I am. Yes.
You know you're not. You don't
That's
know what
why I'm
matter
asking.
is. All right,
Yes.
what's matter?
Matter is made out of electrons, protons, and neutrons. You agree with that?
Where did it
yes
come
or
from?
No? The elements. Do you agree with that or no?
Where did it come from?
Where did matter come from?
Well, you're claiming God, right? So do you have any
Yes.
evidence that God made matter?
Yeah.
Cool, prove it. I'm not doing a semantical horseshit, Phil. Like, you're not
No,
going to
yeah,
shift the
that's
burden
true.
onto me.
But how do you explain?
I don't. Prove God did it. This is all this is going to be. You are not going to burden shift. You either demonstrate that
No,
God
you-
does
you-
exist, or you fuck off. I don't
Okay,
have
then
to
you
explain
prove-
anything.
Can you prove that God didn't create it?
Yes, your God, yes. But you're the one claiming that he does exist. You have
So
burden. You are
you're
not going to
hosting
burden
the-
shift.
you're
You
hosting
are
the-
being a
the
pathetic
life.
burden shifter. You are the
You're
one that
just-
needs. All right, check this out.
You
Does
can't
your God
even answer
exist
the
outside of
simple
time?
question, and then you open a live TikTok.
Does your God exist outside of time?
Yes.
Wonderful. He cannot create anything because cause and effect are byproducts of time, cause being point A and effect being point B in time. Therefore, your God didn't create jack shit. Now that I have debunked your fucking God, would you hold your burden and prove that he can do anything?
I don't want to spend my time.
Cool. Brodo, what are you on about?
Hey, man, come on, chill.
Well, you're being argumentative, and we should
I'm
be on
not
the
trying
team.
to.
And then also logic, math, they're fucking grounded in axiomatic principles. That's a fact. It's an objective fact. The
Right,
only
but
thing
what do
you
you-
listed that is not objective is going to be morals. That's the only, and that's what I said. Am I correct or wrong?
No, I don't think the only thing I think everything I listed is subjective.
Well, that's stupid. Math is not.
You think math is objective? Like
You
you're
think
a,
math
you're
is
a realist?
subjective? Ew.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I can't tolerate stupidity.
What?
2 + 2 is actually 7. It's subjective. Dude, the fuck? It's objective. By being dumb.
Bro. Why does this bother you? I don't know what you're talking about. Like how would you even go about
Subjective
how
by
would you-
definition, in accordance with Oxford Dictionary, is changes in accordance with thoughts, feelings, and tastes. So you are completely fucking wrong, Brodo. Objective means it is not going to change in accordance with those things. It is mind independent. Subjective in philosophy is going to be mind dependent. Math is 100% objective. Okay, the only thing there was morals being subjective because it is dependent on the mind to dictate the moral, which is going to be principles for right and wrong in society. And that also changes in accordance with feelings, tastes, and opinions from person to person, society, and culture to culture. Math does not. It is universally true. It is not subjective by literal definition. I am done wasting my oxygen on you. Go get some grippy socks. Get some fucking help. You're not coming back up. The stupidity is fucking... I don't need to lose more brain cells today. I've already lost enough. The second you said
Okay, I
math is
gotta ask.
subjective, just
bye. I gotta ask, why does it beep?
what? It doesn't
Well,
beep.
why does it beep? Yes, it does. What the fuck is that?
What?
I'm not hearing shit. I'm hearing a beep.
There's no beep.
Okay. Hey, down there in the comments. Is it beepy? Yes or no? I know I'm not tripping. Oh, so it is. Yes, see, motherfucker, they're agreeing with me. It's beeping.
Like when I do this.
Yes.
It's because I'm sucking it through the mic.
So
you can hear the activation. What question was that, Sleepy?
Also, the only
No,
reason
I don't think it's a lazy stance.
It depends on what you're agnostic on, in my opinion.
I would say you should be an agnostic atheist. I don't have, and I started out agnostic atheist, but then you learn that the Abrahamic God is literally impossible in accordance with the laws of physics, and the only way around that is special pleading, which is fallacious. So that's not true and impossible. And then when it comes to other gods, it's just there's no reason to believe it's anything other than imagination. So that's why I became Gnostic about it.
Well, for me, when it comes, because I'm an agnostic atheist, the reason I don't like to take the stance that there is absolutely no God, because that's what a lot of people do when they're just atheist. It's just because you can't you can disprove a God, right? You can disprove a specific God that somebody brings up, a specific religion, but you can't prove exactly that there isn't a God, because the God could be, just there, just not interactive.
You're annoying. The majority of atheists are weak atheism, as in agnostic.
Really? That's how it's defined.
I'm the
Weak
minority.
Atheist.
I'm a hard atheist, so I'm the minority. Do you believe in any sort of reality not bound by logic? No, there's no justification for it, so why would I? You have to prove that there's another reality. You have to prove that it interacts with ours. You have to prove that you can break the laws of logic. You have to prove that you can break axioms. You have so much to prove when you take stances like that. You have to prove it's possible, which literally is not going to be possible because it's not going to be logically sound, because you're literally breaking the laws of logic, which are held together by axiomatic principles, which is held together by reality and how reality works. It's just not possible. I don't take a stance on that one. I'm completely agnostic on free will. Let's get hospital sushi.
Free will to me is bullshit.
There they are. What's up, hospital?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey. All right, let's hear it. Did you have an argument?
An argument for God existing?
Yeah, you're a Phil bro, right?
Oh no, I'm not a Phil bro.
Oh, okay. You over the age of 18?
Yes.
Okay, which God do you believe in?
I'm a Christian.
Cool. What you got for me?
I think just the fact that there are objective right and wrong behaviors, or
I don't
good and evil. You don't think that there's objectively things that are wrong?
Nope.
You don't think that Schmurder is objectively wrong?
Nope. I believe it's subjectively wrong in accordance with the majority of people that have empathy, because we evolved that through biology and psychology.
And it is also very heavily dependent on your environment as well, like how you grow up, where you grow up. Because if you,
Wait, so whether or not what Osama bin Laden did when he flew planes into the tower,
brother, what do you think subject
to mind dependent?
Right. Did he have a different moral from us to be able to do that?
Yeah, and he was wrong.
Prove that. What axiom grounds that?
Well, I believe it's God.
Does subjective mean changes in accordance with thoughts, feelings, and tastes and opinions?
I mean, yeah, I guess mind dependent. Sure.
Okay, so if it changes person to person, it's therefore subjective.
No.
Yes.
That's the thing is what he did does not change. People have opinions on it, but whether or not it was
The
immoral
fact that it is
does
able
not
to change. He had it in his head that it was good. To him, it was good.
That was his opinion. That was his
It
opinion.
was his
yeah.
fact.
Not his moral.
It was
No,
a
no,
fact
it was
to
his
him.
opinion.
It was a fact to him. He believed that
It was
wholeheartedly.
a no, wait, you
So
is
prove
a
that
fact
it's
subjective?
objective.
Wait, is a fact
I said it was
subjective?
a fact to him because you're saying it's his opinion. I agree
Right.
that it's his opinion.
So are facts subjective?
Can you demonstrate the axiom making morals objective when the
Wait, hold on.
definition
You're
of
saying
slow down. The definition of morals, principles to determine right from wrong. That in and of itself is subjective. You're stating that it's objective, which requires an axiom. So what axiom is that?
I can, but I want to clarify something you're saying to make sure I understand.
You're not running in circles. Provide the axiom.
Wait, so you're saying it was a fact to him?
Provide the axiom or fuck off. You have one more chance.
Yeah, you're right.
Go fuck yourself sideways. Yeah, I totally ran. You were incapable of providing your axiom for your argument. Pathetic. Try harder in my chat. It gives me, Bro just said facts are subjective. Incorrect. I'm sorry, you're incapable of listening as well. What I said word for word, if you learn how to listen, was it was a fact to him. And then you said it was his opinion, and I granted that too. I said it's a subjective opinion, but in his mind, it was a fact. So you need to learn to listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Learn to shut the fuck up, and then also be able to provide an argument. Because I tried to move on. You were incapable. Enjoy. Thank you for the engagement, loser. What's up, Diego?
Hey man, what's your problem? Like, why are you so angry?
I have a problem with stupidity. Are you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
I'm Christian.
Awesome. What you got for me? Why should I believe in your God?
I'm a build up on that. I think morals are subjective, but I think the concept of good and bad is objective.
Sure. Why?
Right, because everyone knows the idea of good, right, or bad. So something can be good to you, but for everyone, the definition of what qualifies what good is different.
Sure. Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that, for example, something has to be good or bad for you to make a decision, right? It's a requirement to be able to make a decision.
Yeah, you can do something that you believe is morally wrong or right.
Right. But that's with the knowledge that you think it's morally good or morally bad. So the concept of good and bad is still there.
But I mean, but you have the choice. Yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right. So I think that this is inherent.
I think that there's objective values, like it's objective. The law is objective. It was subjectively created, but we have laws in place that are objective based in if we ought survive. If survival is important, then we ought do good unto others for survival. So like I grant that could be objective. But by literal definition, morals are subjective. They change person to person, culture to culture. That is the definition of
Yeah. I agree that morals are subjective, but the concept of good and bad, that's objective, right? And that's to me, that's an inherent, like that's not.
I suppose I could grant it in biology per se, but even that in and of itself is subject to change. So I wouldn't even grant that.
How would the concept of good and bad be subject to change?
It could change through biology. We could lose empathy, etc. Like there's so many, like there's some people that are biologically their brain is different and they don't have empathy.
Right, but even animals know the difference between getting hunted or staying alive, and that to them is good or bad, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, then,
why is it good to stay alive?
They wouldn't want to stay alive, right?
That's not true either. That's not true either. Nerve endings and brain chemistry is why you stay alive. It's reaction, instinct. Our instinct is to stay alive based on survival instinct, which is nerves, observation, etc. Why is it good?
Well, I'm not here to tell you why.
You're saying it's good. You have to explain why it's good. Why is it good?
We keep trying to survive.
That doesn't make it good. That's the action of us doing it. You said it is good, that the action is good. Explain how it is good.
To survive?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, well, do you think it's? Do you want to keep surviving? Right.
Not necessarily, and some people don't.
You don't want to keep surviving. You don't want to keep living.
I don't have an opinion on it, dude. You're asking the wrong person.
Well, that's
I'm
just not.
I'm an absurdist, brother. I don't give a shit. If I
So
die
why
right
are
now,
you,
cool.
why are you not okay? Why are you not like dead?
Because I fear
why are you
pain.
still alive? Huh?
Because I fear pain due to nerve
You
endings
can- you
again.
can-
Can
you
you
don't- pain
explain
isn't a
why
re-
survival is
pain
good?
isn't a requirement for death.
Cool. No pain, cool. I don't care. I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't care.
So you're
Dude, can you
you're
stop?
contradicting your own view.
Diego.
Because you're still here.
Diego. You said survival
do
is
think-
good. Explain it.
I'm not here to explain you.
Yes,
why
you are.
it's
You
good. I'm
said it
saying
is. That is a
good
truth
because-
claim, correct? You're saying it is good, as in it is true that it is good to survive, correct or false?
Right. Yeah. It is good as a collective
Cool,
human
prove it.
race. It is good to survive, right?
Prove that.
Because we get to live.
So what? Why is that good?
For us, it's good.
Why is that good? So this is
Because
called
we don't
the
die,
this is
right?
called the Hume is ought fallacy. I have already provided my explanation around it. If it is good to survive, then we ought be good to others, or we ought take care of one another. If it is good to survive. But you're saying it is good to survive, you need to demonstrate that.
So wait. Explain the fallacy again.
Yeah, I would say if it is good to survive, then we ought to be empathetic and help others for our survival. You're saying that survival is good, so you have to demonstrate that. You're also using God as your axiom grounding. Nope, God's not an axiom. You have to prove his existence first.
Okay. Wait. So you're saying that I have to prove why survival is good.
What?
You're saying I have to prove why I think survival is good, right?
Yeah.
So why can we not just look at like the human race and biology in general and say that survivability is good?
Why?
Because it continues to grow and try to survive.
Why is that good?
That's an inherent. We're observing the objective need for life to keep surviving.
Why is that good?
That's what we observe.
It's.
I hear what you're
I
saying.
have
You're
a
saying the
question.
claim. You have to demonstrate why that's good, though.
I
I'm saying
do
it's good
have
to
a
us.
question for you. So
Yeah.
it's still subjective. You do understand that our survival is good on our terms, but it isn't good for like a cow, for an instance. We're reliant on their meat, what they are. If we were to murder a cow, then their survival just ended.
And I say that's
survival. Exactly.
right, but the
It's
concept
it's
of
bad
good and
for
bad
them.
is
It's still subjective.
Right. But I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that we all have the same definition of what qualifies as
Well,
good and bad.
you're
I'm
saying
that
survival is good as a truth claim.
For
You
us,
have,
no,
you
I'm
have to
saying
make
as
that
a
true.
human race, for us, any species, it's good to survive.
Explain
right?
that.
Just what we
Why
obs-
is it
that's
good to
just
survive?
That's what we observe in biology.
No, it's not. We
Yes, it is.
observe survival instincts. We do not observe why it is good, subjective, good to survive. You're making
If
a
survi-
truth
if
claim about it. You're
survivability-
saying
if
it is
survivability
objectively
was not
true
good,
that it is
we
good to
wouldn't-
survive.
If survivability was not good, we wouldn't see biology and life try to
Incorrect.
survive.
Incorrect. It is instincts, and evolution by literal definition is the change in alleles over time, which means genes passing on. The reason we survive is because the people that we are, our ancestors, happen to have survived. There was no good or bad about it. You
It's
are
not-
stating
I
an
don't-
objective fact that it is good to survive. You need to demonstrate that.
Bro, I mean, I'm telling you that that's what we observe.
You're telling me
Like, you're-
that.
you're-
Nope.
Yeah.
You're telling me the observation of survival. You have not explained why survival is good.
Well, okay.
This
so-
is going to run in circles. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, I
comprehending
got
it
it, I got it,
anyway.
I got
So
it,
can
I
you just
understand, I
demonstrate
understand.
God's existence?
Okay, so I guess one of my other arguments is DNA and the fact that it's a language and code.
It's not.
It is.
It's not the same as a code like a computer.
It is.
It's not.
We can. Yeah, we can.
It's
It-
literally
it
not.
literally is the.
It's literally
the
not.
description
It's
of-
not
of-
binary zeros and ones. Literally by
It's four.
definition,
It's
it
four,
is
actually.
not.
It's 4.
It is by literal all definitions in accordance with evolutionary biologists and biologists in general, not the same as a computer code. It is not 0-1 binary.
I'm not saying it's a computer code. I'm saying it's a code.
It is a
It's a
kind.
language. Yeah, I mean that's
Okay.
I mean,
So-
any biologist will tell
so
you
where's
it is a
God?
literal code, right? So I'm saying that for there to be a language and for there to be information, that there has to be an intelligence behind that.
Incorrect.
meaning.
Incorrect. So again, the reason we have DNA is through abiogenesis and evolution.
Abiogenesis is a bunch of hogwash.
Incorrect.
Not true. Yep. Not
You
true.
believe in
You
it.
can't prove
You
it.
believe.
Show me that it works. You cannot show me that works. It's a
You
real
gonna let
thing.
me talk, or are you gonna keep talking like
Go
a
ahead.
dumbass?
Hey man.
Am I allowed to talk now?
Hey.
Am I allowed to talk?
Hey, feel your ego if you want, bro. These new atheists are so fucking egotistical.
Am I allowed to talk?
Go ahead.
Good boy. So you're gonna
You're
be
loud, bro. I grant you that.
shut the fuck up, and we're gonna teach you something today. I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step processes for abiogenesis and the testings we did for it, since you're so fucking stupid. Miller-Urey set up a closed early Earth system with glass apparatuses, lower, upper, and tubing connecting them. Filled them with inorganic gases, being methane, ammonia, hydrogen, and water vapor, no oxygen gas as well, to keep it chemically reducing. They then sealed it. They added energy sources, which were fire and electrodes. Good boy listening. Okay, they let it cool, condense, recirculate. They checked it. After a few days, they observed color change. That implied a chemical change. What they detected from that chemical change is amino acids. Good boy for listening. So we got amino acids from it. What are amino acids? I'm so glad your ignorant, stupid ass asked me. The building blocks for life. So where do we get to life from the abiogenesis? Also, the Bible talks about abiogenesis, stating that you came from fucking dirt, which is not alive. Abiogenesis. Thank you, dumbass. So, next step. From organic molecules, because we got inorganic to organic through Miller-Urey. Thank you, dumbass. From organic molecules to self-replicating systems. All right. We got accumulative organic molecules in specific environments through chemical evolution. Sources are going to be atmospheric synthesis. Okay, that's the Miller-Urey. We have hydrothermal vents, which is my favorite, and meteorites through UV-driven reactions. All of these plausible, and we know that they are true. We don't know which one happened. This is the gap that we have in abiogenesis. We don't know which one of these is the true one, but we know they all work. So, the concentration mechanisms, evaporation in ponds, freezing, absorption onto mineral surfaces, or encapsulation in droplets. The results provide local environments with high concentration of amino acids, nucleobase, precursors, lipids, etc., all required for life. Thank you. From polymers to monomers, amino acids, nucleotides link together under conditions. Dehydration on hot surfaces or in tidal cycles can drive that reaction. Thank you, good boy. Emergence of information-bearing foldable polymers. Some random polymers will have structures that let them bind, fold, or catalyze reactions. Some sequences fold into stable 3D shapes, like enzymes or ribozymes. The RNA world hypothesis is going to be RNA-like molecules can both store information and catalyze reactions. And then lab ribozymes today can catalyze their own partial replication or copy other RNA strands. Thank you, good boy. So now that we know that it is not only plausible, but happened, and we've done it in labs today, thank you, good boy, for paying attention. Good little boy. I love it when they obey. Good obedient bitch. Your Bible, again, states that you were created from fucking dirt, non-living. That is abiogenesis. Whether you want to accept the facts and the evidence through scientific testing and repeatability, or a mythological book, that's up to you. I prefer facts. Now, would you like to demonstrate that God made life? You're allowed to talk now.
Yeah, you can talk.
It's okay to run too.
I'm here. What's up?
So,
yeah, so RNA
I
degrades faster than they can come together. I'm just telling you right
Incorrect.
now. We've never shown anybody. Yeah, it does.
Today, we have seen it self-replicate.
Yeah,
I
in a
literally
lab
just read it.
with
Yeah, in a lab.
via-
Naturally. In a lab does not mean it was created. In a lab means it was watched under controlled scenarios where nobody fucked with it or tampered with it. It does it naturally. I literally just fucking read you the fucking processes, and you're still going to argue like an idiot. How about you demonstrate God making it from magical nothingness?
Well, I'm not. I'm just here to tell you.
You're
that the
just here
DNA is
making
code, right?
absolute truth claims and not backing them with evidence. So, would you like to provide the evidence that God made DNA?
You have. I mean, we've never been able to.
That's not what I just fucking asked you, is it? I told
No,
you.
but you're
Here, be a good
assuming-
little boy and learn to listen again. Your claim is a magical fairy created DNA. Prove it.
DNA is a code, and it's a.
Your claim is a magical fairy created DNA. Prove it.
I already proved it. There's
No, you didn't.
meaning in
What
DNA.
was your
There's
proof?
a language.
What was your
it's
proof?
A code, bro. There's intelligence behind DNA.
Prove it.
It's a language, bro.
Prove
it's
it.
a language. It
Prove it.
literally has
Prove
meaning
God made it.
within the code. Within code.
Prove God made
I
it.
can tell you. I can't prove God made it, but I can
No
prove
shit, because there's no
abiogenesis is
evidence
bullshit.
for God.
There's no such thing as materialism.
Prove it. Prove God did it.
Mm-mm.
You got a lot of claims. Back them up, big boy.
I'm here to tell you, if materialism cannot explain DNA consciousness,
I just did.
or you can't.
Consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. Thank you. Where's your evidence for God
No,
making anything?
there's no proof, no
Incorrect.
Nobel
That is
Prizes,
the
no
neurological
scientific-
consensus.
No scientific papers that
Incorrect.
prove any of this.
Incorrect.
This is not-
Incorrect.
nope,
Incorrect.
You're wrong.
That is the neurological consensus.
But they haven't been able to prove it.
Yes,
Just
they
because
have.
it's a consensus doesn't mean it's
Do you
true.
want to know
At
what
some
the
point,
evidence
people thought
justifies?
that
Do you want to know what evidence demonstrates the observability of that? 4 letters. You want to hear it?
I'm waiting.
fMRI. We can literally observe the truth of that claim. Would you like to provide the observation of God creating consciousness or God creating DNA? Yes or no? It was a simple question.
I can tell you.
Nope. I asked
that-
you a yes or no question. Would you like to provide the demonstration of God creating consciousness and DNA? Yes or no?
Oh well, we can't prove that. But the
I
same
asked
way
you
we
a yes or no question. Would you like to provide the demonstration that God created DNA or consciousness? Yes or no?
I can't.
I
prove
asked
that
you a
God
simple yes or no
specifically-
question. Would you like to provide the demonstration that God created DNA? Yes
You're
or
gonna
no?
hear me out. Or you're just gonna keep talking.
No, you're going on a tangent. I asked you a yes or no question. Would you like to provide the demonstration that God created consciousness or DNA? I have a follow-up
just told
question.
you
If
I
you're
can't.
able to say yes or no, which it's a yes or no question, that's why I asked it, because you're incapable of comprehending big boy words. So I have to give you questions that only allow you to answer with yeses or nos because you're incapable of comprehending language. Would you like to
let's resort to
provide
insults.
the evidence
Mhm.
of a God magically creating DNA and consciousness from nothing? Yes or no?
I'll say yes.
Yes? Wonderful. Provide me the demonstration of God creating consciousness and DNA from nothingness. Thank you.
Okay, so we don't have any evidence to understand how life or consciousness was made to begin with.
That isn't what he asked. He
Yeah,
asked to
I
demonstrate
just said
that God
yes
did
to
it.
hear what his response was, right? Because I don't.
So you
no
have
one
no
has-
demonstration of God creating DNA or consciousness, correct?
You don't have any demonstration saying it was materialism either.
Don't care. You're using a God of the gaps logical fallacy, making you illogical. I provided you explanations that you just said nuh-uh to instead of looking into and going, oh, you know what, that might be true, but I still believe God did it. That would have been logical to some degree. At least you had reasoning and granted factual information, because evolution and abiogenesis can absolutely be true with your God also being true. But instead of agreeing with facts and information, you're so incapable of using
Evolution
critical
is
thinking.
real. I just don't believe in.
Abiogenesis is true too, in accordance with the Bible and in accordance with science. So you agree with abiogenesis. You're just incapable of accepting when you're wrong. And I also provided you. I also provided you. I also provided you the causal mechanisms for the abiogenesis and the multiple hypotheses of which are true. We don't know which one actually happened, but we know they're all true. I demonstrated
All right, give me the
tests.
paper. Give me the
Miller and Urey. Now here's the deal. This is the fun part. Diego. No, it's done in 24. Diego, here's the big deal. Pay attention. I don't have to know any of this. I can say I don't know about abiogenesis. I can say I know nothing about evolution. That still does not conclude that a magical sky fairy did it.
Right, but my point is here that if we're
You have no point. You're just saying DNA is complex, therefore God. It's a God of the gaps logical fallacy.
DNA has meaning in it, therefore there has to be intelligence behind it.
You're putting meaning into it. There is no meaning to life.
There is, though.
You're stating that. You can't even back it up. When I asked you why survival is good, you were incapable of backing that claim up.
That's what we observed, though.
No, you observe survival. You do not observe why survival is good. That is what you're incapable of comprehending right now. You are not able to have this discussion. But I'm going to ask you one more time after I explain. I do not need to know everything about everything. You have a claim that a magical fairy created everything. You have a burden to prove that.
To prove a magical fairy.
Yeah, it's called God. It's this non-existent mythology.
Okay, right. So, yeah, that's just. I just don't understand how you can say that and then say.
Yeah, because it's impossible for something outside of time to have causal relation with time. Literally impossible, except for the special pleading logical fallacy of God created the laws of logic and can do what he wants. And there's no demonstration for that at all. So there's no justification to believe it's true on top of it being literally fucking impossible. So you have the burden to prove the magical sky fairy.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna hit the lab and I'm gonna come back because I don't believe I'm gonna have to do some more research.
The Bible also agrees with abiogenesis. You were made from dirt, which is a non-living inorganic thing.
Yeah, man was.
Yeah, you were made from abiogenesis according to the Bible, dude.
That's if you if you take it as like
you exist, don't you?
No, but I'm saying I take
Do you exist? I don't care. Do you exist? Do you exist?
I do exist.
Does the Bible say you were made from dirt?
It does.
There you go. In science, we know it's true. Not the dirt part, but abiogenesis. And in the Bible, it says it's true.
No,
you exist. You must have been created,
my point is,
according to the Bible.
That the dirt randomly just came together.
Yeah, by the magical fairy. You believe a magical fairy made inorganic become life.
I'm saying an intelligent designer.
You have no
was
proof.
Behind that, right?
You're saying it. Cool. Prove it. I could also say I created you. I can say anything. I can fly. I am God. I am nothing but an iPhone. That's stupid. You can say anything you want, but when you want to say something true and prove it to be true, you have to provide evidence justifying its truthfulness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then
so you are saying a God, no, pause. You're saying a God made DNA. Your explanation is that it's cool, that it's complex, that it seemingly, in your mind, has meaning. Therefore, because it has meaning, it was created by God. Watch this. I can grant that there's meaning behind DNA. Prove an intelligent God did it. It's a claim. You have to prove the claim.
Does meaning not inherently imply intelligence?
No, we know through evolution that that is not true. You said you believe in evolution. It's a natural thing that had no intelligence.
Yeah, but evolution doesn't explain everything, though. It doesn't explain how consciousness came to be.
No, that's where neurology comes into play, and the consensus among neurologists is that it's an emergent property. You want me to answer why?
Sure.
Through an MRI machine, we can scan and watch the parts of the brain that light up when conscious and thinking. When you get hit in the head, you lose consciousness. When you are brain dead, your consciousness is gone forever. When you die, your consciousness goes away too. It is in the brain. It's a property of the brain. When you have a piece of wood and spring and metal, it's nothing but spring, wood, metal. But when you put them together, the emergent property is going to be that of a rat trap. When you take neurons, when you take the brain matter, and all these different things, it's nothing but matter, neurons, etc. But when you put them together, the emerging property, same as like a rat trap, is going to be consciousness. What does it mean to be conscious, awake, and aware? Our us, the me, that is who I am, comes from observation and experience in life. Everything that you are saying is objectively false. We know for a fact that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. It's a fact. We can demonstrate it, we can observe it, we can test it.
Nope.
I just explained it again.
Dude,
your argument
just...
is nuh-uh. So demonstrate which part of what I said, or justify, not demonstrate, is wrong.
I don't think that it's a objective knowledge that
How is it not when we can observe which parts of the brain light up when conscious?
Because we have like split brain experiments. We have like Pam Reynolds.
Yeah, it's in the brain. Congrats. It's in the brain. It's a emergent property of the brain working. When the brain is not working, you are not conscious. It is in the brain, nowhere else.
Right. So like, let's say like a Pam Reynolds or these near-death experiments that
near death. It was not death. When your brain is dead, listen, Diego, that's not near death. Near death is not brain dead. If they were
near death is just that's the name we give to these experiences. I don't think it actually means like
it means near death. The person is passing, and we can observe the brain chemistry. We can observe the brains lighting up in MRI machines. We can see how conscious they are, which part of the brain is dying, how much oxygen it has, etc. They also come out of those with brain damage. Their personalities can be altered for life.
Right. So there's if you look at Pam Reynolds, this is an example.
Who also is made fun of in the neurology community, by the way. All of his stuff has been debunked because it's debunked. He uses pseudoscience. How is it debunked? By MRI machines.
They didn't.
We can watch. We can. Yeah, they did. We can watch and test brain activity and consciousness. We know the exact moment they are unconscious. It is in the brain. The fact that you're disagreeing with this is hilariously false.
Well, I can grant you it's in the brain. I just don't think it's an emergent property.
When you shut off parts of the brain, consciousness goes away. That means it is a property of those parts. When those parts are working, it emerges.
But when you have people who are clinically dead with no brainwaves and they're still able to recount certain operations.
They're not clinically dead. You reading something on Fox News does not make it real.
Pam Reynolds was...
Pam Reynolds has been debunked.
By who?
Neurologists.
You can't just say you can't just say neurologists.
Okay, then demonstrate the exact... Dude, I don't have to give you an example. I just demonstrated and explained in detail how consciousness is an emergent property of the brain, and your only argument is nuh-uh, Pam Reynolds. That's your argument. That's not an argument. That's a stupid, silly nuh-uh. All you're doing is nuh-uh.
Near-death people who are clinically dead...
How you doing, Debbie? Debbie, hello? POZ, how you doing?
Chilling, bro.
All right, you over the age of 18?
Yeah.
Okay, which God do you believe in?
I believe in just a higher power, honestly.
Cool. Okay, is it a personal God, like, or deistic, like?
Nah. It's just like, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to. I heard, like, I just joined. I heard the other guy said something about consciousness. What's it called? I'm not gonna piggyback off of exactly what he said. It's more of like, I guess the reason that I believe is more of not like a how, but more of like a why. Like why a subjective experience exists in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Or
You want
like
me to
why
explain
that
it?
yeah, if you could explain why. I
Yeah, your
mean, I don't
observations of the external world being processed by the brain and saved in memory.
memory is not the same as a subjective like inner quote unquote what it feels like to be you.
Yeah, so the brain processing also tells the body to create chemicals, which are going to be feelings.
I guess are you trying to say like dopamine, things of the sort?
Right, yeah. So we feel things and we have a me because of brain processes.
Dopamine, chemicals to produce. I don't know if there's chemicals to
Well, there's
produce
4 or
fear.
5 that make happiness and love.
Probably like fear, anxiety, things of the sort too, right? Chemicals for that.
Yeah, yeah, we can put it in a tube and we can literally inflict it on people and things.
Well, then what I'd say is that would you call that science or neurology? What would we call that?
I mean, yeah, it's all science, yeah.
So would you say science can explain what it feels like to be that specific system?
How do you mean? Like, okay, we can explain the chemical compounds of a bat, but I'll never know what it feels like to actually be that bat.
I guess, but I mean, I'd say like all of like humans are a lot more different than or excuse me, more complex than bats.
Well, what he was asking was, correct me if I'm wrong here, but what he was asking is that you had said that we could literally take that, make it into a tube and inflict it on somebody else. So what he's asking is, would it feel exactly the same, or would there be a difference in that feeling?
In humans, yeah, it'll be the same. There could be differences based on different makeup, genetic makeup. Like some people are going to be more prone to dopamine versus someone else due to brain chemistry, but more or less, yeah.
I don't know specifically because, well, first we
I
haven't.
know
think
for a
we've
fact
demonstrated that.
because when you're depressed and you go and get pills for it, they can literally cause the same amount of happiness for different people, but it works different on certain people because certain people
No.
require different amounts, etc.
Well, no, not I don't necessarily mean like that. Like I understand your example, but what I mean is for example, like what it feels like to see red.
Yeah, that's
That's like
also a chemical explanation. When the light refraction tells your brain that you are seeing red, it's going to release other chemicals which are going to make you feel certain things towards this color. Red can make you feel certain things, pink can make you feel certain things, and colors make you feel things because of chemical reactions and brain processing.
So do you think that our systems feel red like quote unquote the same if we were to like not inject, but I guess have the
Yeah.
same chemicals at the same time?
I mean,
Do you
to a
think
degree,
it's
but again, each person's going to have different makeup.
like different, like fine-tuned different, or do you think
Well, what he's saying is that, like, for an instance, well, let's say we gave somebody who's like a kid, for an instance, like a little kid, and you know how then when they get sugar, they're very high energy. Let's say we gave dopamine to a kid, right? They're going to be very highly energetic. Well, if you give it to an adult who is going to need a higher amount because they don't receive that same amount of dopamine that a kid gets from sugar. So to really sum it down, he's saying that it's differing in multiple aspects. One, your genetic makeup, and two, your age.
He's talking to
Yeah, he was talking to you. He was
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
okay.
more elaborate on what I was saying.
Also,
okay.
just to jump in real quick, formulation of the brain is a big factor of how you experience things, right?
Yeah.
Synesthesia is a really good example of this.
So have they solved the hard problem that
There
David
is no
Chalmers
hard
proposed?
problem. That's a philosophical idea that some people grant as a hard problem, which is going to be qualia, but I don't believe qualia is even a thing. It's all material. It's explained through chemical reactions like I just did, like pink, for instance. Like you can put pink in prison cells and they'll be less aggressive. And it's due to chemical reactions through the observation of the color pink, which is due to light refraction and brain processing. So there is no hard problem.
And I guess what the previous guy was saying was like, I don't know, actually, I don't really know what he was saying, but how would you propose that the subjective experience, I guess, emerges?
Well, that's where I use the rat trap. A spring, metal, and wood is not
Oh,
a
that's
rat
the
trap.
same. That's the same thing Ian was saying. He used that exact same example.
Did he? Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the exact same thing. When you have a neuron and you have brain matter and you have all these things working together, you get consciousness, which consciousness is just being awake and aware and being able to experience and observe. Experience is due to observation. You're able to observe because your brain makeup and eyeballs, which are connected to the brain, allow you to experience the outside world. And then your brain also has memory storage. So you observe, you see, you experience through chemical reaction. It saves that. You know for future reference if that's a good, bad, etc. thing.
I have a question. Can you have behavior without experience?
What?
Can you have behaviors without experience?
I think your behaviors are reliant on your previous experiences. For example, my behavior as a person is reliant on how I grew up, right? Where like if I was in an abusive household, my behavior towards you is going to be more hostile.
Reflex. That's a good explanation. Reflex. You can have reflex, which is an action.
So, I mean, does your digestive system have like reflex?
It's got a lot going on and it's controlled by the subconscious.
So like
90% of your brain is subconscious, bro.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then then I guess I'd have to ask you, do you think interaction is experience?
It is a form of experience.
Interactions. Do
Like
you think that's
you
the
interact
experience
with something,
itself?
you're experiencing the interaction.
No, but do you think that that's the
What are you trying to
experience
get at,
itself?
dude?
No, I'm just asking a
Experience is going to be doing things and observing them being done. Interacting
Pause,
is doing something and observing it.
Pause, I have a question. Do you think like interacting in a dream is still technically an experience, even though you're not actually interacting? It's like
I would
going
say
to your
yes.
head. I would say the same thing. Like I'm just saying, like interaction can be used in different ways, even if it's all mental.
Well, I guess what I mean by interaction is I'm not trying to like even get a point. I'm just like asking you because you're smart. What's it called?
I'm dumb as
like
fuck.
What I mean by interaction is like I guess interaction of chemicals. Like would that be the experience itself?
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, you can do I'm trying to think of a good
I wouldn't say that. I
hypothetical.
would say the chemicals are what lead up to what you do with those chemicals, right? You can like have love at first sight in a sense, but you can also just not talk to that person, right? Like you can have these chemicals flowing. It doesn't enable an action. That's up to you.
I guess then what is the experience then?
The experience is literally we call it when you observe something and have some sort of interaction or chemical reaction to this observation and interaction. Experience is to do something.
Experience is to do something.
Like you're interacting. If I touch something, I have experienced touch. If I drink something, I have experienced drinking. Experience is what we call it after the interaction has been done.
Okay. I see. And then so what I meant by behavior is like I guess behavior. Can you have behavior without experience? Like I heard that question and I didn't know how to answer it. Like I mean behavior as in like maybe the digestive system, like behaving without actually experiencing anything.
You are experiencing it.
No, like the digestive system itself is not experiencing it, but like I guess myself is experiencing it.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hint that the digestive system is consciousness?
That's
Like it has
no,
some
like,
form of
like
consciousness?
that's what I mean. Like I don't know, the jellyfish that doesn't have like a brain, like its behavior.
It has
without
no experience. Yeah, it's
that's
reflex.
what I meant. Like well, is reflex behavior? Would you say?
Yes, it's interaction, dude. Experience is what your brain is doing when it is processing the information as an experience. You're using experience and interact as the same words. To interact with something is to experience it thanks to the brain processing the information of the interaction to become an experience.
Yeah, I don't think interaction necessitates like a conscious, right? Like bacteria can interact with each other, but we both know they're not conscious.
So the brainless jellyfish is interacting and not experiencing because it has no brain to experience.
I see. Well, no, that's the only questions I had to ask.
That was pretty much it. Yeah, because I heard you guys were talking about consciousness, so I was like, let me ask these questions. I don't know the answers to them. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, brother. We'll move on to the next theist then.
Yeah. All right, take care.
You have a good one, man. Yo, all the gifters over here on TikTok, you guys are going ham. Erica, thank you for the
Seriously.
roses. And the what is that? Heart me. And Gabriel, you also sent a heart me. Love you guys. Love you, Gabriel. Appreciate you, man. Love seeing you around. See you everywhere. Interlocutor. Oh boy. Sober. This might be a you one.
Oh hell.
No, it's Phil.
Oh, brother. Sober, you don't even know. I'm about to like force you up here so that he doesn't do that to me anymore.
Oh no. I don't think he's gonna join.
Come on, Interlocutor. Bring me the Phil, bro. Bring Sober the Phil, bro.
I'm just not gonna grant his semantics the whole time.
There you go. I have an indoor cat too. She in my lap. She a lap cat. I'm gonna get a. She likes to be next to me 24/7, so I'll put a cat cam shining down. I'm gonna go tomorrow and get maybe not tomorrow, but fuck, what do you call it? Like a little perch on my desk.
You know, at some point you're gonna like think your cat's sad and just end up getting another cat, right?
Oh, I love cats. I'd be happy with 10. I fucking love cats. I'm a cat person.
Everyone saw that. He dodged me, trust.
Concession, thank you. God, I have so many tabs up right now from the last stream.
Oh, but Jay, by the way, yeah, like energy, the law of conservation is not true on a global scale. Therefore, thermodynamics does not apply to the universe. Because thermodynamics only works if you grant the first law, which is a closed system, which is under the definition of law of conservation.
Well, it doesn't apply to the cosmos, but our local universe, yes.
Sure. Like observable?
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's not that
Yeah,
it doesn't
dude.
apply because it is false. It
Okay,
doesn't
Jay,
apply
I know
'cause
I
we
said
can't demonstrate.
Joe, I know I said I read that paper you sent me. I like totally lied.
Yeah, I know the fuck you didn't. I know you didn't because if you would have read that shit, you would have realized I was agreeing with you, dumb ass.
Whatever.
Motherfucker, I literally wasn't trying to debate you the whole time on it. I was agreeing with
Oh,
you.
Christian.
Yeah. God damn it.
I wish I was rage baiting on purpose.
I also hate when ignorant is used incorrectly. Like when people use it as an insult. It's like, you're not going to tell me something because I'm ignorant? Wouldn't that mean you should tell me it so I'm not ignorant? Atheists just debunked atheism because they make no claims. What the fuck? No. Oh my god.
What? The Jav person has been like bitching in the comments like this whole time. Jav, why don't you come up here and have a conversation, dude?
Jav, can you prove to me that unicorns don't exist?
I'm gonna start asking like fundamental questions. Like what's the speed of light? You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be asking fundamental questions to see if they can even have the conversation.
We need to do an intelligence test. Give everyone an IQ test before playing.
Well, that's what I think it's Deconstruction Zone. Like he started like asking what shape is the Earth before anyone joins up.
I get there if they say enough stupid shit. Jav, can you prove that a unicorn does not exist? Jav, can you request up, or are you a pathetic coward?
Here, bro. I'll do you the favor and I'll even invite you up.
Oh, you got invited? It's going to be a concession that you are incorrect if you don't accept it. If you don't accept it, then you are conceding that your God does not exist. Thank you. No. Indoors, no, it's not.
Look at what Dan.
What is coupling?
The speed of light
Coupling.
is quite
What is that?
literally massless speed.
Yeah, it's massless particles, but the acceleration of the expansion is quicker than the speed of light.
What?
Yeah, the acceleration of the expansion is quicker than the speed of light.
Is it really?
Isn't the
Yep.
Wait. Isn't the acceleration of the expansion slowing down?
I think slightly, but it's still extremely quick.
Yeah,
But
the,
that's
the
why
acceleration is slowing down, not the expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, the expansion itself is speeding up. The acceleration is, yeah. The biggest thing that I fucking hate is the DESI data. Like it's awesome, right? But so many people get it so confused. Like the biggest thing for me is that so many people don't actually read it and realize how they're measuring their data. There's a certain reason that they're getting this result compared to other sources, and that's their fucking measurement.
Should we mute Jav or like just let him keep helping the engagement?
Also, Jav, a correct like if you want to compare a unicorn to anything, say like I don't know, a narwhal. That's like commonly called a unicorn instead of a rhinoceros.
Okay.
Which I don't believe
A
narwhals
unicorn, a mythical animal typically represented as a horse with a single straight horn projecting from its forehead. A heraldic representation of a unicorn with a twisted horn, a deer's feet, a goat's beard, and a lion's tail. That is a unicorn. When I talk about unicorn, I'm not talking about a rhino. Otherwise, I would fucking say rhino. I'm talking about the metaphysical, mythical creature that does not exist. You guys that like to play stupid word games are annoying as shit, and you know what I mean. You're just douchebags.
It has the beard of a goat?
Apparently. A heraldic representation is a twisted horn, deer's feet, goat's beard, and lion's tail.
Really? Well, Cyclops exists according to the.
Amen, sister.
I forgot the big. Wow, I forgot the Odyssey.
I need to get some books. Ugh. I spend way too much money on books. Last month, I think I spent like $100 on books.
I have some really, if you're like interested in reading like science books, I have a bunch of good recommendations.
Science, not yet. I'm still trying to get my grounding in philosophy. I thought it was just a horse with a single horn. Apparently, well, there's different depictions, but that was just one depiction. (1828) Webster's Dictionary definition of a unicorn, rhinoceros. You know nothing, atheist. You don't even know how to spell. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, according to Oxford Dictionary, you're full of shit. You're wrong. You know nothing. You know nothing, theist. You know nothing. Thank you for the concession. Thank you for the concession. Your God doesn't exist. Thank you. You know nothing. That's a Pegasus, Dan. How do you feel about the belief that the brain is a conduit for consciousness rather than a source? Well, there's no evidence of an external source. That's called panpsychism, and it's fucking wrong. Or universal consciousness, just fucking wrong in every way. I'm not smart, but I appreciate you, Cat. The fool in his heart says there is no God. No, the fool in his heart says there is a God. That's going to be in the book of There Is No Such Thing as a God, verse 666. It says so in the book, therefore it's true. Because the book said it's true, it's therefore true. Sober, how dare you fucking fall? Oh, we got Matthew that's going to come up as well.
Hey, this guy reads a script, so like only actually interview him if he like turns his camera on and actually walks. He's like known for, yeah, because I called his bitch ass out. Dude, he gets. Oh, he joined.
Yeah.
All right, don't read a script, bro. Everyone knows you do. Just like turn on a camera. And walk
I don't know who you are, buddy.
Well, I saw you in Doctor's Blitz live, just getting dog walked. That's all it was.
I wasn't today. I wasn't reading a script. We was talking about formulas and the on the
today you weren't reading a
definition
script?
of energy. We was talking about mathematical definitions on available energy, usable energy.
Yeah, maybe I'm referring to the wrong person then.
What did you think of Dr. Blitz's argument?
What'd you say?
What did you think of Dr. Blitz's explanation?
He didn't have. I was the one explaining the formula. It was my formula. He asked me for a mathematical definition because I was arguing that usable energy decreases over time in a closed system, but by definition, the universe is an isolated system.
It's not a closed system.
It's an isolated system.
Isolated system, sure, but that doesn't mean there's external. That doesn't fall under thermodynamics.
A closed system implies an external system?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, go search
This
it up
is the
right now.
exact point that the freaking physicist was like, no, you're incorrect, and you still are making that argument.
No. He actually agreed with my definition.
No, he didn't. I watched it.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So why should I believe in your God?
Well, you want evidence? Okay, yeah. Well, we do have evidence for a God, but are you saying it's logically impossible for a God to be real?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, now that we all know that, yeah, the evidence would be the universe exists.
You ready, Cody?
Huh?
No, my bad. I was talking to someone else.
The universe does exist.
And yeah, it began.
Nope.
Okay, well, let me give you premises. Okay.
Copenhagen survey.
I'm just gonna give you the Kalam.
You're new
So,
to this.
do
aren't
you agree that everything that begins to exist has a cause?
Yep.
Okay, you agree with that, right?
Yep.
Universe didn't. I've heard this argument gajillion times.
Jay, let him finish. Trust.
Yeah. So yeah, you probably heard it a lot because it's pretty logical. But anyways, so yeah, everything that begins to exist has a cause. You agree?
Mhm.
No objections?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the universe began. Premise 2.
Nope.
Okay, I can give you the evidence that we have.
Yep. Demonstrate that.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna say that the universe is a closed system, and I can.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. So do you want the argument for why it is, or are you just gonna tell me no?
I mean, yeah, sure, give justification, but if you bring up isolated and assume that there's an exterior system because one
I'm
implies
not assuming
interior.
an external system. Isolated means, by definition, exchanges no matter or energy with an external system.
We don't technically know what kind of a system it is.
Well, let me say that, Matt, do you think thermodynamics apply to the universe?
I'm saying that thermodynamics apply to closed systems.
Sure, I don't grant us a closed system. Law of conservation does not apply to the whole universe via expansion.
That's the first law, not the second.
Oh,
The
so you
second law
think
is
if one,
why the first law is true or not.
yeah, that it's like inherently true. Like if I say the first law doesn't apply, then the second law does not follow.
Yeah, the second law is literally about
So are you saying that energy is not conserved?
Nope, not
the
when it's
universe?
expanding. This is basic fundamentals of the Big Bang Theory. I don't know how you don't know this.
Okay. Can you tell me what's it called? Well, I mean, I guess what's the argument that energy is not conserved?
Wait,
because
what's your
It's
argument?
expanding.
What would it even mean?
What's your
for
argument
energy
that
not
the
to
Because
be
universe
energy is
conserved?
increasing, because energy is not conserved if it's increasing, right? It's expanding.
Oh, wait,
Okay, it's
he's
increasing,
getting
right?
you off topic though. What's your
Is
evidence
it
that the
increasing
universe began
from
to
something
exist?
within the universe?
Here, listen to Cody real quick.
I thought energy doesn't begin to exist.
Well, what's
It's
your
increasing.
evidence that the
I
universe
thought it
began
can't
to
be created
exist?
nor destroyed.
Cody, your mic is.
How can it?
Yeah,
Where
we
is it?
can't really
How-
hear you right now, Matt.
Take the fan. Let me take off my fan. How can it increase if it can't be created or destroyed?
That implies. Oh my god, the audio is terrible.
Yeah, it's
How does it increase if it cannot be created nor destroyed?
I'm going off here. I will be brutally honest. I don't know the exact term, but I do know I asked Dr. Bliss this question and he said, yes, energy is increasing and we have ways of showing this. I can do my own research and
I know.
DM
I
it
talked
to
to him
you.
today.
Right.
But the thing
So
that
did he
you're
tell
not
you that same
understanding that
answer?
is energy is by definition
Did
cannot be
he,
created nor
did he
destroyed. So
give
how
you
is it
that same answer, yes or
increasing?
no?
How is it increasing?
Did he give you that same answer, yes or no?
He told me, okay, that energy is increasing within the universe.
Cool.
And I told him that energy is not coming from nothing. But the thing that we're not understanding here is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So how is it
Sure.
increasing?
I don't think he argued from nothing.
Increasing
I think he just
does
said
not
it's
state
increasing.
that it is being created.
Claiming that energy is increasing, is claiming that more energy
Is coming from
being
somewhere,
caused.
not being created, but coming from somewhere.
Yeah, we have no way of saying if it's being created, right? We have no reason to believe it's being
To say
created.
that it's
but
coming from somewhere means
no,
that it's
all we can
dependent.
say
It could
with our
exist.
current
It could
so
exist
energy is
externally,
dependent.
possibly.
energy, what
So energy is contingent.
I'm sorry.
contingent
Energy
or
is
dependent?
dependent
What-
on something for its existence.
What?
Can it be created or destroyed?
we don't know. I mean, I assume no,
Brother, what
right?
if-
But all we know is it's increasing.
Okay, Sober, you must know
Okay,
something
it's
I
increasing.
don't, because my
How's
whole
it
thing is
increasing
I
if it
just
cannot
want
be
him to
created?
prove that the universe was created.
I'm just trying to like, well, he can't for one, right? Here, let's just break this through. Matt, what does the Big Bang describe?
The Big Bang describes the expansion of space itself expanding, beginning to
Sure.
expand.
Sure. Does that say anything about an absolute beginning of time?
So, the argument on when people say the Big Bang tells us that time and space and matter begin is that you're correct. That it doesn't explicitly say.
Okay, your
that's the
P2 is that the
beginning.
universe began to exist.
And that's not justified by me
So
appealing to
you
the
need
Big
to
Bang.
justify P2.
Yeah, I'm trying, but you guys are asking
No,
me
you're not.
questions
You're
off the
no,
head.
You
you're
don't want to
asking
appeal to our
questions.
leading model.
What'd you say?
You don't want to appeal to our leading model.
No. I'm not appealing to authority without argument.
Appealing to
What I'm
evidence is
saying
not an
You're
appeal to
implying that I
authority.
am. I
Are you
haven't done that.
aware of the Copenhagen survey?
Yeah, it doesn't say that the Big Bang doesn't say time began. It says it's not an absolute beginning. Nothing in science is absolute. Scientists interpret data, but scientists say the universe began because of evidence that we observe.
No, they
So
don't.
if okay, wait. So 70% of cosmologists are like, yeah, this describes nothing of an absolute beginning of time.
No, it
just
says an absolute beginning. Yeah, key
it's
word.
kind of what that inherits, right? It's not an absolute beginning. I can
It's not
say
an absolute beginning. Yeah, they're not saying that it's not, though, are they?
Yes, they're saying it's not a beginning of the existence of the universe.
No, they're not.
They
Okay.
oh my god.
They're saying it's not an absolute beginning.
yes, it's
of
not an
time.
absolute beginning. What does
Of
absolute
what?
mean by definition?
An absolute beginning of what? Time.
Time.
right?
Yes, not an absolute
Exactly.
beginning of time.
I've known about this survey for way longer than you.
Okay, then how are you still this like ignorant on it?
Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay,
I'm
Matthew,
reading it.
Matthew,
You're the one who's
Matthew,
ignorant.
Matthew, what's the evidence that the universe was created?
The expansion, the second law, and
What's the evidence that
model.
it was created?
I'm telling you.
The expansion
was
dictates
created.
that it existed, not created.
No, that implies a beginning.
No, it implies a beginning of an expansion, not a creation of the hot dents.
I haven't given you an argument on why the expansion would be
No
a piece of evidence that
shit.
it began.
I'm asking for you to provide the evidence that the universe was created.
Well, let me give you the reason why the expansion
had a
would be
beginning
evidence.
point. The universe did not have a creation.
Let me give you the reason the expansion would be a piece of evidence that it
Dude,
began.
what's it expanding from?
Okay, listen.
No, what's it expanding from?
Well, let's first understand
No, what's it expanding
what it
from?
means
No,
for it to
what's it
expand.
expanding from?
It's from an initial state.
Good boy. So where's the evidence that that initial state was created?
So what I'm telling you is I'm giving it to you now.
All right, I'm done with him.
So let me tell you what the Big Bang model primarily describes, okay?
Okay.
The expansion of the universe from a hot dense state. Okay. It doesn't explicitly say God created. No one is claiming that.
No, no one is.
But here's the key. When you mathematically run that expansion backward, you eventually reach a point where space, time, and matter converge to a singularity.
For the sake of argument, sure.
Okay, general relativity breaks down because you've reached a boundary. That's not just a limit of math, it's a real physical boundary.
If you want to use general relativity, why can't I grant this whole argument and just say this is a product of a parent universe and like a white hole or something like that?
This is a product of a parent universe of like a white hole.
Yeah, it's theoretically
What does that
sound.
mean?
You're
I've
using
never heard
European. You never heard of that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's our
It's so basically, do you know the physics that explains how black holes exist and is fundamentally sound and mathematically true?
How black holes exist? Are you trying to argue that a black hole is infinite?
No.
Okay, so what's the point of you telling me that a black hole exists?
Sure. So I mean, yeah, I'm trying to like get fundamentals down, right?
Wait, is a black hole infinite though? Yes or no?
Is a black hole infinite? Like what? What are you referring to infinite as?
Yeah, so like
What would
Infinite
be
normally
infinite?
implies
Just be
size.
infinite.
Obviously, black holes aren't infinite size, otherwise it would take all
Okay,
the
so
universe.
black hole is not infinite.
Yeah, when was I
Yes?
arguing that?
No, I just want to know.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm not fighting that. I'm saying we describe black holes mathematically. We
Do you
discovered
think
it in
an
mathematics.
infinity can exist within the universe?
No, otherwise it would be. Well, I'll say this. Let's say expansion goes on for an infinite amount, and it's just not like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know when expansion is going to stop. I don't think we can say if
so
it's infinite or
expansion's
finite now.
infinite.
This
So
is such
we
a
are.
red
So does
herring.
it infinitely expand and contract?
This is a red herring. This is a red herring. Where's
We
the
both
evidence?
don't. It infinitely expands and
Let me just break
contracts,
this
right?
down for you, brother.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I don't. Simply put, we don't know, right? Like me and you can both
But
give
if the
our
universe is
theories.
infinite, that means is the universe is space and time? Because the universe is space and time. So is space and
The
time
universe
infinite,
is
or is
obviously
it
not
infinitely
infinite right now,
or is
right?
it
You can-
infinitely cycling?
1 second, brother. The universe is obviously not infinite right now. Do you know why? Because you can go outside and look up in the sky.
Wait, what'd you say?
You can go outside in the night sky and look up, and you see space in between the stars. That's how you know it's not infinite. This is a
Okay,
super
so you
argument.
agree that the universe is not infinite.
Yeah, but I'm
But
not.
is the universe infinitely cycling?
How can we know?
Don't know. Don't know. Where's the evidence that God created it?
Okay. Okay, yeah. So the evidence, let me just get back to what I was saying. So I was talking about, what was I talking about?
Oh, white holes.
I was talking about the
P2, the
expansion.
universe began to exist.
So yeah, I was talking about the expansion.
No, P2, the universe began to exist. Prove it.
The expansion would be one of the justifications for
Then
that.
prove it began to exist and then from its existence expanded, because that's what expanding means. It expanded from a state of existence.
Yeah, so I'm going to right now. So, you might just try to say that an expansion doesn't prove a beginning, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it rules out a static eternal universe.
Sure.
So do you guys know what a static eternal universe
Oh my god,
means?
dude, get on with it.
Yeah, we
Okay.
know what it means. Just go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you why. Are you guys just agreeing that it does, or like, do you want to know why?
Dude, get on with the fucking claim.
Here, Matt, I'll do you a favor, bro. We're going to grant your whole argument and say, sure, the universe existed. Explain, or this was a beginning point. No, let me just grant everything, right? Let's say the universe did begin, and that was the beginning of time for our universe. Explain why God is needed.
So yeah, if the universe did begin, then if we already agree with P1 that everything that begins to exist has a cause.
Yeah, I think
now
parent
the
universe.
universe needs a cause. And also, even if
Yeah,
we just say it in
that
another
cause
way,
is going to be bubble. There you go.
another way I could just say it is that if there is something beyond the universe and it's not the ultimate reality, which would mean that it's not necessary.
I have a question for you. Why couldn't I just say, like, since we're granting that the universe has a beginning, why couldn't I just say that what we see here is just a natural thing? Why do like?
Yeah,
you're
what I'm
still
saying,
missing-
if you agree with
hold up,
P1 though,
you're still missing.
then
the
that
point
implies that P2 would just
you're
mean
still
that
missing the
P3,
point.
therefore,
You're
universe
still
exists.
missing. You're still missing the point that you have to prove that a god caused it. I can simply say that a natural.
Hold on, okay.
We've been holding on.
So are we both agree?
We've
We're
been
all. I
holding
just
on
want to
for
make sure
15
we're all clear.
minutes.
Here,
Okay. I just want to be clear. We're granting it for the sake of argument. You're
P1
incorrect,
fucking
but we're
high
granting
are
it.
you?
So you agree with P1, right?
We're granting it, sure.
Grant P1. P1 is everything that begins to exist has a cause. P2 is the universe began. Okay, and the conclusion is therefore the universe has a cause.
Matt, here, let me break. I got your argument. You said it 4 times. Let me break this down. What's more likely, that there's a supernatural God in the sky that is pulling these strings, or
So you're
it's
granting it has a
okay, sure. We'll
cause.
Dude,
talk
we
over each other.
granted the fucking argument.
Okay, you're
Move
granting
on.
a cause, right?
Okay,
so
Matt, let me
now,
explain, brother.
Let
You just
me
keep
explain
talking.
to you how us knowing it.
Oh, I did not mean to press that. So basically, what I'm saying is that if this universe began, why should we grant God instead of a natural
I'm trying to
physics
tell you.
explanation that we haven't found yet? Like that's more of a plausible thing of just physics we haven't discovered yet.
You're reading off of something I think I'm trying to tell you. Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, listen. So if we both, grant that it has a cause, then that would just mean that we have to understand what that cause would be like. Because if the cause of the universe,
Continue, Jesus Christ, land
the
the
cause
plane.
of this cause, cause space, time, and matter. So it would have to be spaceless, immaterial.
Wait, you're granting timeless
timeless.
God?
I'm telling you, if it caused space, time, and matter, then obviously it
just
would have
lost.
to be.
You just
Sure.
lost.
Do you hold the divine simplicity?
Yeah. So yeah, we don't say. I just want to say something real quick. We don't say God created temporally. We say He created logically prior.
Do you think God is bound by the laws of logic or no?
I think that God is what grounds those laws of logic.
Can He contradict Himself?
This is just gonna be.
Can He contradict Himself? Yes or no?
Can He lift a rock? That's
I'm saying can He contradict Himself, like in
Jesus
general?
Christ, dude.
Can He
Holy
contradict?
shit.
Can He contradict Himself in what way? What do you mean?
In any way. Think of any way He can contradict Himself. Can He do it?
That's your burden, not mine.
What?
I'm asking you a clarifying question.
Jesus.
You have to tell me what kind of like. What do you like, give me an example, like an analogy?
Oh wait, hold up, my friend.
Like you want me to give you
Wait.
something for your argument?
This is
You're
painful.
You're telling me you can't answer.
Why would
yes
I
or no.
give you guys
It is literally
example for your argument?
It's your argument.
It is a yes
No, it's
or
his
no
argument. He's trying to make a contention with divine simplicity.
No. Oh my God, Matthew.
You said He grounds logic. I'm asking you if He can contradict Himself or not. That's a follow-up
Yeah,
question.
I'm telling you to give me an example.
It's a clarification.
of him
You're the one that
contradicting
just needs to say yes or no, and then you can provide the example.
Can God contradict Himself? Like, and I guess in the sense of, can He be
Right and wrong at the
all
same
loving,
time.
all loving and not loving? Yeah, no, He can't contradict.
Sure, then He's
himself.
bound by the laws of logic.
What does that even mean?
How are you not tracking, brother?
He's bound by the laws. The laws of logic wouldn't even.
You said he can't contradict
when
himself,
we say,
so he's
look,
bound by the law of non-contradictory.
This is the
That's a
thing
law of
about it.
logic, so he's bound by it.
By the laws of logic of the universe?
Laws of logic are abstract.
If you want to ground where the logic is and how it is binding to him, then we could argue that he is the grounding for the logic, therefore the laws of logic are him, therefore non-contradiction is part of his essence, so he cannot break that, which is he cannot break contradiction. Does that follow or no? Do you, like, holy shit.
Wait, was that like an argument on why?
No, I'm
this
trying
guy
to
here is wrong?
explain. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Okay, look. You said God is the grounding of logic, right? And then we just showed you that he can be the grounding for logic if he is bound to logic.
Okay, well, I'm telling you that God cannot do what is logically contradictory.
Correct, so you agreed.
That's what I said.
Oh, it's
Yes,
not.
by definition, that means he's bound by logic.
I'm saying he cannot make a square circle. He cannot make.
Yes, he's bound by logic.
So what I'm trying to, this is what I'm trying to say though. Okay, listen. This is like a misunderstanding.
Is it?
I thought you guys were like. So listen, I'm saying logic is not above God. So logic is not a force above God that constrains him. Logic is a reflection of God's rational nature.
Brother.
God doesn't obey logic because logic is a rule book.
That's what
He doesn't
I
obey
said.
logic?
Logic is the way God thinks.
That's what I
Does
was
he
saying.
obey it or not?
I'm telling you, logic is the way that God thinks.
Cool. Does he obey it or not?
Holy tracking failure.
I'm telling you that God doesn't obey logic because logic is a rule book.
Okay, he's
logic
illogical.
is the way God thinks.
Okay, then he's illogical.
That's
That's
a straw
fine.
man.
No, it's
Straw
not.
man. Define straw man.
Yeah, it's, I guess, when you misrepresent an opponent's argument to make it easier
Position.
to attack.
That's more accurate, but yeah.
Hold on. Tell me how he just misrepresented your argument.
Well, I don't.
Because I
He's not
said
tracking
he's saying
any
that
of
I
this,
said that
so-
he's illogical. I didn't say that though. I made a.
Okay, hey,
I
Matt,
showed there's a
repeat my
difference.
argument that I gave to you back to me.
You never. Your argument that you gave to me.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
argument is that. Oh yeah. You're saying that I said you're saying that because I said God grounds logic. That means that God is bound
No,
by
that
logic.
was your argument.
And he
What
can't.
was mine?
And you told me, can he do anything that's contradictory to himself? And
Sure.
I said,
And if
no.
he can't, wouldn't that mean that he inherently has to follow the laws of logic?
But what I'm telling you is logic is not above God.
Oh
Does he have to follow it, Matt?
I'm telling you,
Yes or
logic
no?
is
Just
not
yes or no?
above God.
Okay, I'm not saying above or below. I'm saying, does he have to follow it?
Matt, if it is in his nature that he cannot have a contradiction,
It
therefore he
describes
is
his
following
consistency,
it. Right,
not an
so he
external
is
constraint.
following his own consistency. Dude, keep
Not an
the
external
fuck
constraint.
up. Who the fuck is saying that?
You.
No.
Okay, you guys are saying that he's constrained by logic, idiot.
We're saying he's following his own fucking principles.
You can say, here, Matt, let me read this. You can say that he grounds logic. Inherently, he can't contradict himself, so he has to follow laws of logic, even though he grounds it. Like, that's perfectly fine. He's still above it, but he's grounded by it.
No.
Oh my
Logic.
God. Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
that's not how it works.
That's not how it works?
God doesn't have like
In
a
what
part.
year? Pause. Matthew, serious question. In what year did you have a lobotomy?
I don't know.
I need an answer to that. When did you have your lobotomy? I seriously need to know.
When did you have yours?
No, I'm tracking. You're not. When did you have yours? And when did you escape the mental institute?
I mean, I don't. This is just an ad hominem.
Bro, what? Okay, hey Cody, I gotta
That's
get
literally
going.
by
I'm gonna-
definition an ad hominem.
I'm gonna be
Alright.
stopping by in at some point.
Yep,
If you're
you're good.
staying live, but hey,
Probably
I gotta
not,
get
but
going
you have a
for
good
a
one.
while.
Ad hominem is to attack the person. Ad hominem fallacy is attack the person instead of the argument. Yes, I ad hommed you. Cry about it.
Okay, here, Matt. Let me just break down all your positions real quick. For one, God is bound by logic. Otherwise, he's illogical, right? Two, the law of conservation of energy, right? That doesn't apply to a whole universe that's expanding, right? And energy is increasing. So it's not a closed system. Thermodynamics does not apply.
But the first law says that energy is conserved within a closed system.
Yes, I'm not granting it's
Jesus
conserved.
fucking Christ.
You're not granting it's conserved?
No,
What does conserved
expansion-
means?
It stays the same within a system. And if
Okay.
it's expanding and energy is increasing, then how is it staying the same,
It's
Matt?
global conservation.
Oh my God.
That's the thing
we've already
that
been
is
through this.
expanding.
We have already been through this. Okay, here's what you need to do, Matthew. You need to get off the internet for a solid week and read as many philosophy books as you can and then come back because you're so far fucking behind mentally right now.
Bro, you're the one who said that the first law says that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It doesn't say that.
Yes, it literally does.
No, it doesn't. Show me. And then you said that you didn't say that. Now you're saying it again.
What is the
Is that within a
first
closed system,
law
Matt?
of thermodynamics? All right, first law of
You
thermodynamics.
said it doesn't say that. Now you're saying that it says that again.
The first law of thermodynamics state that the total energy of an isolated system remains constant. It can neither be created nor destroyed. There you go. So what was that about?
Where does it
that
say that from? Where's that from? Where's that from?
Fucking God,
Where's
every
that
fucking
from? What's the
source.
formula? What's the formula? Those are all assertions. Justify them. Why should I believe any of that?
Okay, do you know what the...
Why
all right,
should
Matt.
we believe that a God created it?
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you
Oh.
then, the first law holds up and your God isn't
But
real.
you guys are trying to argue that the first law doesn't apply universally.
Yeah, we're telling you it.
Because it's not a closed
We're
system.
telling you it. There you go. There's your answer. So
If the
how do you
universe
know
is not
God
a
made
closed
it?
system, then
How do you know
something
God made
outside
it?
the
It's a closed
universe is
system, but it's
binding.
also... No, it's a closed system, but it's expanding, so the law of conservation does not apply.
It's a closed system, but it's expanding. So
Yeah,
the law
so
of
the law of-
conservation doesn't apply.
No, because it's expanding and energy is increasing within the closed system.
Okay, what does the expansion have to do with total entropy overall?
Okay, bro, you're not tracking.
Holy fucking shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Cody, I gotta go meditate, bro. I gotta head out.
Valid. Adios,
Peace, bro.
dude. Oh my god. I dog walked that kid a few weeks ago on his own live. I believe it. Yeah, no. Oh, Matthew, you don't want to deal with me. All right, bud.
All right, yeah, I just want to say that the universe expanding doesn't mean that the
Demonstrate
first
God
law
making
doesn't
it.
apply. The universe
Demonstrate
expanding
God
doesn't.
making it.
Okay, the universe is a closed
Demonstrate
system.
God making it.
The universe is a closed system.
I don't give a fuck about the energy. Prove God made it. I'm not them. I'm not nice.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, if the universe began,
Demonstrate God making it.
the universe began.
Prove it. Demonstrate that by demonstrating God creating it.
Okay, yeah, demonstrate that by demonstrating God created it. Yeah, so I would have to first of all prove that the universe actually did begin. Then I
Yeah, by
can tell you
proving
how
God
the
exists and
cause.
by proving God creating it.
By proving that it has a cause.
Prove it.
Yeah, so do you grant that it began?
You have to prove that it was created or began. This is your burden.
Okay, yeah. So the universe is a closed system. Second
Don't
law of
care.
thermodynamics applies. So yeah, you
Cool.
just
Then
grant
energy
that?
wasn't created, therefore your God didn't create it. Good boy.
No, I never said that it wasn't created.
You're saying it was created. The first law says it can't be created. You lose.
The first law doesn't say
How does
that.
it feel to lose? The first law of the oh my! I hope that you have the worst day humanly possible. Jeez, dude, he makes me want to put a toothpick under my nail and kick a fucking wall. Talking to him is worse than drinking. You lose way more brain cells talking to him. Argument from Psy. Yeah, that was really rough. You need to go read more philosophy, bro. At least drinking is fun. Valid. Dude was so stuck on his script. He could not get off it. What did I agree with Chef on? Who the fuck is Chef? Undefined is not a phrase he knows. Never have I ever said modus ponens is circular. Sorry, troll. Doesn't work here. Thanks for the engagement. Did you agree with argumentum from Cybermark? Toward the... It's not clipped, actually. What I said was his argument was circular. I didn't say modus ponens is circular. I said he was begging the question with his premises. I deal with you and all you losers on a almost daily basis, and I've answered this a million times. Can you guys keep up? Slow tier. Why do these kids constantly think that they can define their deities into existence? Yeah, it's called being dropped on your head. Something can't come from nothing, correct? Is modus tollens? I have no clue what that is. And I never said that modus ponens is circular. Yeah, agreed, official. Wit, you want to request up or keep being a coward? So the universe created itself? No, the universe wasn't created. What's up, Phoenix? Not in the mood for any dad jokes. A little bit annoyed from the last call, but appreciate you being here. Love you. The universe wasn't created, Cat. Incorrect, Wit. I'll explain why it's circular, if it is circular at all. You can keep being a coward. I appreciate the engagement. You're helping my stream. Cat, I don't know anything about the hot dense state. No one does. Would you like to prove God did it? I don't know does not equate to, therefore, fairy unicorns. God doesn't make sense. You have to demonstrate it. What does make sense is an eternal universe. I know you're blind, Cat. It's okay. You can prove it, though. Or you can keep being a coward in the chat. It's okay. It's okay to be a coward. It's okay to be wrong. You're the one with the burden of proof. You have to prove that a magical sky fairy made it. We have no justification to believe that because you have no evidence for it. There's no evidence of the hot dense state being created by some magical fairy. It doesn't exist. No one created the laws of physics. The laws of physics are descriptions of the universe itself. You want to request up or keep being a coward? Oh, I'm always hostile. If you don't like it, swipe on to the next person. Ooh, we got a neutral. What's up, Soul? Ooh, it's hot in here. How you guys doing over on YouTube? Yeah, sure. I'll open up the call. Let's open that up real quick. Calls are open. Proof God Cat. Request up. I am up late, yeah. I don't need to prove anything. Yeah, you do. You have a claim that a magical sky fairy created everything. Nope, I'm not chill. Cat, you would tell me to prove it if I told you that Klombadrov created all things. And I would have a burden to prove that to you. You have a claim that a magical sky fairy created all things. You have a burden to prove it. If God isn't real, how are you wearing glasses? Because people made him. You have free will to disbelieve. Prove it. Prove he exists. Prove it. Cat, prove it. Prove it, cat. Cat, prove it. You scared? Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove I have free will. Prove that he exists. Prove that I have no justification to not believe in the non-existence of your God because you haven't provided any justification to believe in him. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove abiogenesis. Oh, no. Prove God made it. Prove God made you. Prove God made people. Prove God made the universe. Prove God exists. Prove God made space. Prove God made time. Prove God, period. Prove it. You guys are the ones with the claims. You guys are the ones with the burdens. Best of luck. You have to prove that it's created, Dale. Sounds like you're realizing that atheism isn't the way. False. Prove God. You know, we can't prove God. Yeah, no shit. Prove it. Prove it or fuck off. Thanks for the engagement. Oh, I gained teaching people to not be indoctrinated fools like you. You can prove God, though. Nope, faith is belief without evidence. I don't have faith. I'm not dumb enough for faith. Prove God. Paul over on YouTube, 1 Peter 3:15. All right, guys. We don't have any more callers over on TikTok, so we'll go on ahead and end here. But I appreciate you guys being here. I love you all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll stream tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. I'll throw it in Discord when we go live. But I appreciate and love you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. YouTube, you're my favorite.